Hello team, hopefully you can hear me. Do let me know in the chat if you're here, and if you're on the replay, we'd love to hear about that too, so you can chuck something in the comments below. Like we did, I think it was a couple of weeks ago now, we're just going to be doing some work in my planner. I'm actually setting up some layouts for a video that's coming out this weekend, and in true Jess fashion, I'm finding myself getting super distracted, so I'm very selfishly using you guys as like accountability buddies, but we can be accountability buddies together. We also have another accountability buddy over here. This one my mom made for me. I call it Usagi-chan, just means rabbit in Japanese, but it's cute. Excellent. I can see some people saying hi in the chat. That is fabulous. So grab your planner or whatever you're doing. We're just gonna do some work, get things done. Do make sure that you have a drink handy because hydration is important. Of course, my drink of choice is not water, but shh, nobody minds. I'm glad that you caught us stream live. Excellent. It is a pleasure having you guys here with me. So as I said, I'm setting up some layouts for a video that's coming out this weekend. I haven't gotten very far. I've only gotten, what, 3.5, because this one's not done, like 3.5 ideas down. So I'm trying to get myself a bit more motivated to get things done, because I have a list of, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Probably about 21 ideas that I need to put in here. I'm not necessarily saying we're going to get every single one of them done on the live today, but as mentioned, I keep getting distracted, so I just need to get some things done, and I figured this was a way to help myself out. Oh, shopping with Stationery Pal, very exciting. I recently had a Stationery Pal order arrive, but I went in with a friend on it, so I need to go pick it up from her, but I'm getting the new set of the clean color dot markers, because these are like one of my favorite supplies. I'm actually using 3 in the layouts that I'm doing here. I've got like a blue, a pink, and then a light purple to build like a little color palette. Let's see, do I have a palette swatch somewhere? I think I did, but then I put it away. There it is. Though there are spoilers on top of it, so maybe we just fold it down so we can't see the spoilers. There we go. So this is my little color palette that I kind of swatched out. Some of the colors I'm not using, so I'm like not using this bright pink here, and I'm not using that darker pink kind of at the bottom, but the rest of them, some of these I'm not using, but the rest of them I'm mainly using. Yeah, pretty cute. See, it's a bummer that they're always out of stock for you, because they're actually just such cool tools, and I know you can buy them on Amazon or something like that, but I think they're more expensive there. I'm not too sure. Distractions, you mean like that ANO sneak peek earlier on Instagram? Yup. I mean, I've already seen what's in the box, because another member from the design team, she got it sent to her. So she very kindly let me go over and have a look at it and take it home and do an unboxing video. So I'm very excited to share an unboxing video with you. I don't have the items here because I went and gave it back to her, but you know, it's always exciting to be able to share things with you guys, but not today because no sneak peeks. Yeah, so this is like a holiday box, not like a subscription box. So, you know, like we had for the Valentine's Day release, we had a Valentine's Day box and it had a couple of nice things in it. So same idea, but for Halloween. So like spooky themed, not self-love themed. Yes. I mean, I love how I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this so that I don't get distracted. You also distracted me already. Oh my gosh. Oh, from Ontario, Canada. That's exciting. I so want to go to Canada. Oh my gosh. All right. Yes, I am eager to share the box with you when I can share more about the box. I haven't been told what I am allowed to share or what I'm not allowed to share yet, so we'll see. So, actually getting on and working in my planner, if I can. I've got this white piece of paper here. It doesn't actually serve a function. It was kind of sitting up against my keyboard earlier to try and like do some tricks with lighting and stuff, but now it's just sitting on my desk being a nuisance. Might put it away later, but that's fine. So, bill type 1, bill type 2, and bill type 3. If you hadn't been able to tell by the fact that like we've got words like debt and income and stuff like that, these are all layouts related to money, savings, budgeting, that kind of stuff. Because that is what the patron team decided we were gonna put out this weekend. Happy to see you here too. Thank you for being here, team. If you did say hi and I missed you, I apologize. And just like a blanket hello. Yeah, Canada is one we really want to go to. I am so excited. Like, I haven't been able to do things really at all for the past couple of days because I convinced Vogel. I say convinced Vogel, like as if he could stop me, but I convinced Vogel to let me go Wild. So the tickets go on sale for what is it? The Wild U members tomorrow my time. And I just I want him. I want it so bad, and I'm so excited to go and meet people and have a whole heap of fun, and it should just be awesome. But before then, I need to set up some layouts, and I probably need to get a good night's sleep because the tickets actually start going on sale at 5 a.m. my time. And if you know anything about me, you know I'm not a morning person. So, not like super looking forward to getting up that early, but I want my tickets, so it will have to happen. So if anybody else was considering going to Go Wild, you make sure you let me know. Hit me up on Instagram or something because it'd be really cool to meet some cool peeps and have a good time together. Yeah. There we go. I'm just going to pretend that this person has bills that do this throughout the year. All of the things that I'm putting on these layouts, of course, there are just ideas, so I don't have to actually make them realistic, but it's nice to actually be able to show people what things would look like when they fill them in theory. I think that I want to join the dots though, so it's more like a line graph. What is it and where is it? So from my understanding, Go Wild is a planner conference kind of thing, and it's being held next year in March from the 2nd to the 5th in Washington, D.C. And I've never been to the USA, like I've never been to America, so the fact that I'm getting to go is just super, super exciting. So I know that they have a bunch of like shops and stuff that kind of sponsor the events in one way or another, and you've got like speakers that come and talk about different things related to planning and stuff. And then they have what they call like a planjama party or something, where it's people like partying in their pajamas. I think that's like a wrap up event for the conference as a whole. So it happens on like the last night, and they have swag and swag drops or whatever, which is just like planning goodies and things like that. And I've been watching so much Go Wild content because I'm just getting myself super hyped up, and thus the whole inability to do things. So I've been watching everybody's like vlogs and stuff like that and reviews of the events and things. But it's just getting me very, very excited to go and see the planner peeps, have a good time, all that jazz. But the thing is that the tickets are not cheap, certainly. And I mean, you know, when you're coming from the butt end of the world, which is a very nice way to refer to New Zealand, when you're coming from as far as I am, that is certainly an additional cost. So I'm very much treating it like a special trip. Like it's gonna be my holiday, quote, for next year. So a way to network, a way to meet people and stuff like that, but also an official Jess approved holiday. Yes. Let's see. So that one's done. We can mark that off as finished because I like to keep, when I do these layout idea videos, I like to keep a list of the ideas that I'm actually putting into it and mark them off as I go. Otherwise, I get a little bit confused as to what I have left to do. I'm not really too sure of how I'm progressing through making the layouts. So So keeping myself a nice list to make sure I'm on track. So the next one we're making is a monthly spending log. And then it says by color-coded category, but I think I've already done something like that, so I think we're just going to make it a table. Maybe a table with some columns. We do love some columns. Alrighty. Monthly spending tracker. So it's going to need to have the days of the month. No, the months down the side. Maybe we'll do it in like a little... Okay. I've been to DC. Yeah, see, I'm excited about the idea of like going and seeing all of the museums and stuff like that. And I kind of think it's nice that my first trip to America is me going to the capital as well. I think that that's kind of cool. It's kind of special. In my head at least, it's special. Yeah, ticket prices? Oof. You haven't left mainland of Australia. Oh, that's exciting. I mean, there's plenty of Australia to explore as well. Like I I've been to Perth. I've been to like Sydney, obviously been to Melbourne considering I'm from there. But yeah, let's see. I need to measure this up. I'm going to pencil it in because otherwise I'll get confused. So we got this one, that one, and then we got 6, and then we'll have a total. That makes sense. And then 2 lines for something else, maybe like a key or something. Hello from Brazil. Hello to Brazil. All right, we're gonna do some lines in a good, fun way, not in a like a drug way. That was a way to pitch this. Oh dear. What? One of the things that has also been getting me distracted is getting songs stuck in my head. So this morning, I said this morning, it's like 2 p.m. here, but most recently, the song that I've had stuck in my head is Mysterious Girl by like Peter Andre or something like that. And so I've just had like the first part of the chorus on loop in my head for the last 2-ish hours, which has also not been helping me get things done. And we'll just put in some more lines too. More lines. All the way down. Beautiful. An Aqua song stuck in your head? Which Aqua song? Squishmallows. Squishmallows. Huge pen. Is that a... Cartoon Heroes. Cartoon Heroes is a good song. We are the cartoon heroes. We are the ones who gonna last forever. No, it's not. It's not going to replace Mysterious Girl. Mysterious Girl is well and truly stuck. So the page we're setting up down the bottom here, I say the page, it's like a half page. So the little layout that we're setting up down the bottom here is a monthly spending tracker. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it broken down into columns. Columns of like different spending areas possibly. And then they can, I mean, this hypothetical person who is not going to actually be using this because it is just an idea, like an ideas video. The hypothetical person could write in each column what they spent in different areas is the general gist. And then we'll have a totals column down the bottom and maybe like an average, and then, yeah, that's kind of cute. Then something else. Maybe like expected average total average expected, something like that. I don't typically like ruling lines horizontally in my journal because I always feel like my rule is going to slip, but I seem to be doing okay today. I'm sorry if I got anybody like really in the mood to go wild and it's just like not on the cards for them, because yeah, previously I haven't been able to go because it has been either 1, incredibly out of my price range, or 2, during term time. So I haven't been able to go because it's just the school year, still in the middle of the school term, and you don't really get time off at school for that kind of stuff, which, like, bummer, rude, but that's fine. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, September, October, no, there we go. So because I could never get time off to actually go, it was like never going to be a possibility. But now, as I'm not at school, it means that I have a bit more flexibility in terms of those things. So I thought it's as good a time as any to actually do like a thing. Go Wild sounds like Girls Gone Wild Stationary Edition. Like, effectively, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. What is it, the one anytime that somebody says it's been a while, it's always like, it's been a while, but I don't actually know the rest of the song. It's just that one part of the song. June. Gorge. Okay. So we're gonna have how much are the tickets? A bit. Quite a bit. Let's say like 600 and something plus ticketing fee. Yeah. I know you said which section this is. Completely zoned out. What was it for again? Section it is for. What section this is for? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm sorry. Laura. Plus parking. Yeah, gosh, yeah. How long is the damn conference? Okay, so the conference is only 3 days, question mark. So, like, Thursday is registration, and then Friday and Saturday are, like, actual proper conference days, and then Sunday is, like, leaving farewells. That does not include the room. That does not include meals. It includes snacks. It includes swag. It includes, like, being at the conference kind of a thing. So it is fairly steep, but, again, I'm treating it like my proper kind of full-blown holiday for the year, so I am giving myself this trip, I suppose. And I'm going to take Vogel with me. He's not going to go to the conference because he probably couldn't care less, but I figured I'll let him loose in DC. He can go do DC things. And then we might head on down to Orlando to go see Disney. 12 and a half, let's see. Okay. We'll just do 2 centimeter brackets. That seems reasonable. So we're going to bring it all the way down. That was cute. And then, what's in Orlando? Yeah, Disney. So we're just like, well, if we're on that side of the country, we figured we might as well go down there because that would be something that we could both get quite excited about. And it's like, if you're going to pay the ticket to get over to the USA, you might as well go and see Disney. Like, you just might as well. Like, it's a no-brainer, really. We figured it would be a worthwhile adventure for both of us because that would be something we could both get very excited about. I know that Vogel is probably a little bit sick of me talking about how excited I am because, yeah, gators. Anytime I get excited about something, I kind of just on repeat say I'm excited over and over again. Like, there's no new information. It's just like, hey, Vogel. It's like, what? I'm like, I'm excited. And he's like, yes, I am aware of this. So categories, and then this could be just like a total space. So I'll just say cat 1. Cat 2, cat 3, cat 4. Yep, this is how much your cats cost. Your cats, all 5 of them. Who are the Florida men? Oh no. Should I be concerned? There's a pajama party. Yes, there is. And it's got an open bar. So I'm just like, hey, if I need to, I'll just make my ticket cost back with drinks. What a bad attitude to take. Alrighty, team. It is 20 minutes in, which means this is your timely reminder to have a drink. If you're drinking water, good for you. I'm proud of your choices. If you're drinking something else like me, I'm still proud of you because at least you're putting fluids into your body. In theory. Unless you're drinking something that's toxic. Don't do that. Tink. Oh, Tammy, feel better? Whacked a car door. Oh my gosh. No, no, no. Be nice to you. Aw, no, I appreciate the reminders, Deb. Yeah, you guys can throw me a cheeky like if you wanna. Alrighty, so we have the categories, we have the totals, and then down the bottom is going to be like effectively totaling up each of the different areas. So we'll do a little kind of sum symbol there. That looks cute. And then at the bottom, we could have like last year's total and an average or something like that. So you can do a little comparison. There we go, and we'll put in a little line. We'll actually make this line black because this is quite separate. There we go. That looks cute. Dunzo funzo. No, I'm checking the Discord today, but hey, you made it. We're only 20 minutes in, Leo. This is all good. And I mean, most of the time that I decide to do these lives where it's like a kind of work with me live, it is pretty impromptu. I would like to try and make them a semi-regular thing because I think they're a bit of fun, you know? It's nice to have some buddies while you're doing some work in your planner, and I know that people on the replay have said that they appreciate it. So if you're watching the replay and you appreciate this, do make sure you let me know. Because it's kind of just nice to feel like you've got some company while you're doing things. It doesn't necessarily need to be something that you're avidly watching or anything. We can just kind of be in the same space together, just doing some work. Doesn't even need to be working on the same stuff, that kind of thing. So that is the monthly spending tracker drawn up, looking cute. I'm glad that you caught the live too. And hi, Steph. Hello, Carolyn. Everybody's here. Oh my gosh, so exciting. Yeah, I know that somebody mentioned that they were watching the replays from the lives in February and like going through and doing a bunch of them. And I'm like, I honestly think that I need to do another live stream where I swatch out my pens because, okay, it's show and tell time now. Now I need to show you. Apologies while I probably lean over the camera a whole bunch because it's in the back here. Oh God, can I reach it? So one of the things that I have in my long-term collections journal, I keep all of my swatch pages at the back. So I've got like me Tombow swatch, and I've got my acrylographs, which this isn't enough space. I have more acrylograph pens that I need to swatch. Faber-Castell pens, Caran markers, etc., etc. But oftentimes when I go to find a pen, I'm not looking for a pen brand, I'm looking for a pen color. So what I want to make and have started like sketching out is a space to swatch out like all of my red pens and then all of my orange pens and all of my yellows. Like the stream would end up being like so many hours long. But again, I appreciate doing things with company and it might just be a fun and relaxing time. So if you want to see that, you let me know. We'll make it happen at some point. There we go. Put the journal back. Put his little cover on. I've been using the box from the June sub box, the little kind of like tin. It doesn't actually fit the journals, but you can stand the journals up, and then I use this as like a little cover. There we go. Yeah, I think that it would be like just a good reference to have the pens done by color, because again, if I'm looking for a particular color pen, I don't want to have to look through like the calligraphs and the acrylographs and the Tombows and the Crayolas. I'd rather just go like red, pink. That would make more sense to me. Yes, others going to go wild. Heck yeah, we're gonna have such a good time. We're gonna have like a little like plan a fam meetup, and it's gonna be awesome. Alrighty, so we've got the monthly spending track done. we need to get the next one in, which is gonna be a year in pixels. Yeah, alrighty. Looks cute. Brilliant idea. Way too much for you to tackle, but you'll watch me. Nice. So do I want to do the year in pixels as a... Because I know that typically when people do years in pixels, they do them vertically. So they'll have like... Do I have one? I must have one. You guys know what a year in pixels is, right? So like the grid that has the vertical columns. But it just seems like an awful waste of space. And it doesn't seem... That's not friendly to say, and I don't necessarily mean it like that, but when you actually see them set up, there's a lot of space on the side that's not being used. I think that it really works quite well in the traveler's notebooks because the traveler's notebooks are thinner. But when I'm doing these kind of setup videos and layouts and stuff, I don't necessarily want to waste space. Struggle bus. I don't know if you like the Pit Artist brush pens. I mean, I like the Pit Artist brush pens in general. The ones that I got from Stationery Pal, I'm not too sure about, only because, excuse me while I lean over, because I'm just going to see if I can grab one out for you. Because it's not necessarily on all of them. Okay, the first one I grabbed is fine, but some of them seem like they've got not necessarily mold, but just like a buildup of color on them. Which meant that when I swatched them out, again, I'm not going to be able to find them because I'm going to turn you gently so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, going for a little turn. But I've got all of my pens in here. They're just like all of them. And some of the ones that are in there, they just have like an extra amount of color. Because I was going to swatch them in the actual stationery haul video thing. But then I was finding that issue that I mentioned. Not that I'm going to be able to find it now because they all look perfectly fine. But they are very nice pens. I mean, they've got the kind of... If you can see that, I don't know. This is poorly in focus. I'm not a beauty vlogger. They have a very nice brush tip on them. It's like a thin, kind of smaller version than the Tombow. And in some respects, I think it might be a little bit more flexible than the Tombow. They're quite nice to actually do brush lettering with. Admittedly, I am not a brush letterer, so I just intend to use them for coloring in. I do appreciate that they have the number and the name on the barrel of the pen. Again, not holding this well. Can you see that? Hopefully. But yeah, that's something that I do appreciate about the Pit Artist pens. Like, you have a way to reference what the colors actually are, unlike some pen brands I'm aware of. Anyways, not throwing any shade today. We're being super positive and just super excited and happy. That's the aim of the game. There we go. We'll move you guys back. There we go. So I do like them very much, and I do totally recommend them. I do find that the tips on them fray faster than the Tombows do. I've just noticed that with like my black one that comes in the set of kind of like black pen collection that I usually buy, but it's all good. Alrighty. 2 grids on the same page. Yeah, see, that would make sense. Maybe we could do something like that. Year in pixels, and we'll do two of them on the same page. Good idea. Year in pixels. And we're also actually just not going to draw out the full grid because ain't nobody got time for that. But what we would instead do is we would use like the dot color markers to fill it in. What a sensible idea. You feel the shade on that one pen. Yeah. Speaking of having an exciting Love Your October setup, oh, thank you. I mean, I was very chuffed with how it turned out. I think that this is just going to be the journal of like themes that I'm super chuffed with because I really enjoyed doing my little scrapbooking moment, and I really super enjoyed my September theme with the fireflies. I thought that was super pretty. I'm just like tooting my own horn here, but I did really like it. And then the celestial one, like, if I can find it, when the sun hits it and the shine is there, I'm just like, oh. So incredibly chuffed with how it turned out. I do wish that I had have maybe made this kind of section in the middle here a bit darker of a black, but yeah. This tape is from the washi tape shop. So I mean, I've only got a little bit here because I think I put it away somewhere, but it's a really super lovely tape. It's one of the ones that has the paper backing on it as well. If I can get it off. I can't. I bit all my nails off before the video like a fool. Yeah, I have this thing where I kind of let my nails get to a nice length, and then instead of filing them or doing something proper with them, I just bite them all off. Not pleasant. But yeah, the tape is from the washi tape shop, and as you guys are well aware, if you want to get a discount because we love savings, you can use Jashi10 for 10% off. I'm pretty sure that's my code. If it's not that, then it's JashiiCorrin 10, but it's also in the description box. But anyways, it's just super pretty. See, typically when I do these kind of ideas videos as well, I try to use some washi tape or some decoration. Like in the ones for mental health layouts, I used a bunch of washi just to try and make them kind of like a little pretty. And for the teacher setup one, I used some washi tape washi as well. But in this one, I was being adventurous and I decided not to put any washi tape down, mainly because I kind of wanted to focus more on like just the utility of the spreads this time around. But hey, want to hear a sad story? It's a very short sad story though. I lost my ruler. I don't know where it's gone. I have a 20 centimeter ruler that I use for most of my journal setups because being 20 centimeters, it's long enough to actually do stuff with and it's long enough to rule the full length of the page. And I have no idea where it's gone. So now I have the budget one that I got from Kmart for the bullet journal on a budget video, which is 15 centimeters, which is just like a little too short. Or I have this guy, which is 40 centimeters and a half long, which is just excessively way too long. So boo hiss. I'm sure it's somewhere in my mess, but I don't know where it's gone. At least you have the wooden ruler. Do I? I already sold it. The wooden ruler really wasn't for me, to be honest. I didn't like it was cute. Don't get me wrong, it was a cute ruler, but it was not my kind of thing. 2, 3. I just wrote 1, 2, 8. At least I didn't get very far into writing the 8. I only did the top part of it, but come on, Jess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. Gorgeous. Alrighty, do you know the measurements for the corner rounder thing? My corner rounder rounds these corners more than the journal itself. So like when my washi tape pokes over the edge of my journal corners, I end up trimming off some of the paper as well. Like I don't know where he is. He's in a bag somewhere. So, I mean, is it measured in terms of millimeters like a circle? Question mark? 1 second, I'm going to get my circle stencil. We'll see if I can figure it out. I'm just going to bring the whole bag over because I'll probably end up needing something else, and at least it'll be close by. It'll be close by. Yay! So this is my circle stencil from Stettler, and we're just going to see if I can figure out what the corner roundedness of this is. Why is there paint on you, friend? Who did you like this? It was me. Let's be real. I put paint on him. There we go. Yes, it's in millimeters. Excellent. Okay, so that is too round, so that would be too big. That is looking a little better, but probably still too big. That looks a little too big too. We just want the rounded part, really. 17. How do I don't even know how to figure out what my roundedness on my of my 11 is too small. 12 is too small as well. 13 is too 13 is looking closer, possibly. Okay, so if I put you here and you're too far in, does that mean I need to make it bigger or smaller? See, I think, yeah. Yeah, the 3 size corner rounder with the with the different measurements is a pretty cool idea. I like the idea of that. I think that would be pretty nifty. I think it's like closer to 14 possibly. Like if you treat the corner like it's the actual rounded part of the corner doesn't actually look like it's fully rounded off anyways. Okay, we're grabbing out the corner rounder and we're gonna see if it says on it anywhere. Okay, Creative Memories, US patent, made in Taiwan. That's not helpful. You're not helpful. If we look at we'll just like punch off the corner of something. Punch off the corner of you. I think I've already punched the corner of this one. Yeah. Okay, so that's what my corner rounder is. No, we're not allowed to have spoilers. We need to hide this. Hide this so we don't have spoilers. I need scissors. Not that I know where my scissors are either. There we go. Okay. So we'll cut that off so that then we don't have spoilers. So my corner rounder rounds it more round and thus bigger, I guess. Bigger? Smaller? How do I figure out the circumference of a circle? You know the meme of the lady with all the maths over her face, just looking confused? That is me right now. Alrighty, you have the 5mm corner rounder and you don't see, because I'm wondering, is the millimeter the the radius, or is the millimeter the diameter? I guess is the question. Because if it's, I assume that the millimeter is the radius. Let's see. Where are you actually rounded? I feel like this is going to be one of the things that I'm going to have to investigate, like properly investigate, because I'm going to punch off the corner. I'm going to show you how much it actually takes off, so you can kind of see. Okay, so this is my journal, me corner rounder. We chuck it in and we tight into the edge and punch it. So the amount that comes off when I do that, probably should have emptied it before I started so I could see it. Gosh dang it, Jessica. What are you doing? There we go. Okay, so we'll just take out all of the little washi tape pieces. So this is the amount of paper that my corner rounder takes off. If you can see that. It looks like a nail. I apologize for how yucky it seems. But that's how much of the corner it actually takes off. Come on, beauty vlogger Jess. You can do this. You can figure out how to get it into, there we go, focus. So I don't really have anything to reference it by though. That's problematic. Probably should have brought a reference with me. Okay, can we keep that there? We'll grab a pen lid. There we go. That's the pen lid of the Staedtler Tri Plus fine liner. So you can see it only takes off a small amount. It's like not that much that gets taken off, but you can tell if you actually look at the corner of the journal. If we can, I'm just going to move the camera. That's probably easier. Sorry about the shaky cam footage. Ugh. Can you actually even see the corner being taken off? I feel like we need to put something behind it. But like, it's just a very small amount that has been removed from the side. Yeah. Okay, and we're going to put it on my to-do list, is to figure out how to determine the roundedness of a corner, because it's going to bother me. I'm going to have to write it down somewhere. If only I had like a handy book that I could use to write down things I need to do. I'm going to put it on my someday maybe list, or my future me problems, because I like that idea. My future me problems. It's going to be the first thing on my future me problems, isn't it? I think I might have one other thing on there, if I can remember where I put it. Oh my gosh. Also, this is your timely reminder that you should probably have a drink because you're looking a little dehydrated and we want to take care of you. Figure out corner roundness in A&O. There we go. You're gonna guess that it's a 7mm? Okay. I mean, I believe you. I'm having some struggles with figuring out my ones. The perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r or nd, pi d and d. Get out. So the perimeter of a semicircle is half of that. So then there's a radius. So is it supposed to be the radius? Oh my gosh. There's a picture of the corner rounder with a ruler. I appreciate you posting it into the Discord. If there's anybody who's viewing who isn't part of our Discord, we are a lovely group of people. I like to think so, and we would love to have you come join us. So feel free to jump down into the description box and have a look for the link to our Discord and come join our Discord family. We get things like premium sneak peeks on Archer and Olive products when I get them because, you know, the Discord fan. And we get to have good times like community hangouts and just general bants and all of the good things. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, ASOND, Jason D. The end of the month, the end of the year is nice and easy like that. I did not take my own advice and have a drink, so I'm having a drink. Tink. It's okay, Laura. I forgive you for the math ordeal. And welcome to Fangirl of Plenty. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. Chilling, doing some work in our journals or whatever else we're doing. So that calendar takes up 6.5, which means we can fit in another one for 6.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and the months as well. SOND. Nice. I can't remember who it was who suggested that we do 2-year and pixel trackers on the same page, but that was an excellent idea because it literally fits perfectly. Let's see. You've just been lurking. Yay. I'm all good for lurking. You know, I think that's the nice part. You know, if you're joining on the live, you don't have to jump into the chat. Like, you know, it's obviously an extra bonus. You get to interact in real time and stuff, but it's just nice to hang out with people. So in the year in pixels, I'm going to want to mark off all of the days that aren't real days. For instance, the 31st of February, which obviously we have grandiose plans for because it never seems to show up. But do we want to mark that off with a zig or a regular pen? I'm thinking I want to use a zig. So we're going to grab our zig out. Which, like, I know I rave about them, but it's because they're awesome and I just want to let you know that they're awesome. Like, I thought that they were kind of like this is me being rude again. I kind of thought they were a waste of money, if I'm honest. I'm like, why do you need something to draw out tiny circles? Like, you can just draw tiny circles. But they're actually awesome. And I know that you can get dupes of them, but I haven't tried any dupes of them personally, so I don't have any that I can like recommend. There's 28 days next Feb, isn't there? Yes. Okay, so January. Does anybody else do the knuckles thing? I know that you have the whole like 30 days hath September thing, but I find the knuckles thing a lot easier. So like January has 31 days, so it's up, and then February has less, so it's down, but then March has 31, so it's up. January, February, March, April, May, June is down. Make sure we put in the right one. June, July, and then we start again. So August is up, and then it's September, October, November. There we go. Poink, 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 ding, ding, poink, poink. There we go. Marking it off. Montmartre. Budget friendly, yeah. Budget friendly ones. Yeah. Yeah, the knuckles make it so much easier, right? I'd be curious to try out some dupes. I mean, they're not really on my radar right now as like something I super need, but something to look at in future. Go. Put a pink dot out. Pink dot will mean something. Purple dot will mean something. Sploot, sploot. And the blue dot will mean, funnily enough, something. So then we can do like, one of them could be spending related and one of them could be saving related or something like that. Or like incoming monies, outgoing monies. I think it's interesting, like, I don't know if this is the same everywhere, but personally, we call the money that comes in income, but we don't call the money that goes out outcome. We call it like expenses or something like that. I was thinking about that earlier today and I was just like, I wonder if that's something that is the same for everywhere. So income and outgoing. So that could be like, I don't know what I meant by that. It was like 0. And this could be like 0 to 100 or something. And then this could be like plus 100. And then maybe this would be like no spending. And then this could be like 0 to 100. And that could be plus 100. Though I'm going to write 100 plus because I didn't write the plus first this time. All good. Yeah, outcome for spending money. Yeah, it seems. Can you see a top-down view? I would have you have a top-down view, but the problem I find is that because the autofocus on this works super well, it kind of just anytime I'm using my pen, it just focuses on the nib of the pen, and then you get this whole like. But for right now, this is what we're looking at so far. We can kind of gently come over here. You can kind of see what we're working on. But you guys will get to see this one properly on the weekend because this is the setup is for the video that we're going to have on the weekend. Apologies for anybody who was just like, oh my god, extreme vertigo. Jess, what are you doing? Yeah, money terms are income and expenses. Yeah, see that seems to be more typical, but I just find it interesting that like, you'd pull it like an input and an outcome. Input outcome. Yeah? It's like what you put in is what you get out. I don't know. Je ne sais pas. So the year in pixels is pretty much set up, but I do want to go and fill it in a little bit just to see like, hey, this is kind of how you might fill it in. So if we make that, we're just going to pretend that you got paid on the 3rd, and then it'll be the 14th plus 2, and then it'll be the 28th plus 2, question mark, and then I'm assuming this person gets paid every 2 weeks, this hypothetical person. So then it'll be the 12th, and not the 28th, but the 2 before it, and then it'll be the same for March. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. 2 before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Poink. Poink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Poink. 2 before. 1 before, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Months where you get paid 3 times always throw me off so much because you kind of expect like, "Oh, yeah, I get paid twice a month, so I get yay much," but then you get paid, like, 3 times in 1 month, and you're just like, "Woohoo!" But then, of course, it's not necessarily, not necessarily means that you have more to spend or anything like that, or more that you can spend rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 2 before. And then 2 before again. And 1 before. And then 2 before. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And then we're gonna just like, I know that I was very meticulous in planning these out because I wanted it to be like semi-realistic. We're just gonna pretend that there were a couple of extra days in the year that they decided to, I don't know, sell some things or something like that, get a little bit extra money. Good for them. And then maybe they also had a couple of other days where they sold some special things. That sounded suspicious. Not special as in like, more like, maybe they did a house declutter. Or maybe they have like a little side hustle and they got some extra monies. Good for them. Maybe on the 21st each month they get some special money from somebody in particular. I don't know. Maybe they're living on an allowance. There. Hypothetical person. I didn't put any of the December ones in. This poor person isn't getting any money in December. I'm so sad for them right now. There we go. I don't remember which ones of these I put in as like serious things, so that looks fine. It's all good. Need to work on our finances. I mean, now as I work for myself, I need to be a little bit more conscious about my finances, and that's certainly something that I'm still learning. I'm not necessarily great at paying attention to it because I've never really had to pay attention, and I know that's like, a very privileged thing. But we're going to pretend that this person also gets interest from their account, and that's why they have a purple on the last day for some reason. But now as I'm working for myself, I do have to pay a bit more attention to it and just make sure that we're not spending above our means because obviously not getting income from school anymore. Just my side hustle is now my main hustle. I understand that also. I find that money and income seems to be a thing that people just don't really like to talk about very much. And maybe that's not your experience, but it is something that I've found. Like, you don't really necessarily talk with other people about how much you make, or even how much you spend, because oftentimes if you talk about how much you spend, it comes off more as like a bragging thing. And that's like not necessarily the case, but I think that there would be value in people sharing that information more. And especially like within like employment situations. Like you're not necessarily bragging to people about how much you're getting paid, but it gives people more of an understanding as to whether they are getting paid fairly, I feel. And also for you too, like if you have a better understanding of what your colleagues are making, you can identify if your employer is being shady, to put it nicely, I suppose. I don't know. Probably a half-baked thought here, but just something. Yeah, it would be interesting, especially like, if you think about like gender discrimination and other types of discrimination and like inequities in terms of pay and stuff like that. I feel like it would be a lot easier to just like diagnose, quote, question mark, if you had a better kind of reference for what other people were being paid. I also think it would make people possibly less kind of tentative or awkward about asking for pay increases and things like that. I don't know. As I said, it's a half-baked thought. Just something I was pondering. There we go. So this person, they don't get paid like on a daily basis. So they do have a lot of pink in their income, but that's okay. It's fine. You get paid when they get paid. Then if we think about outgoing, that one will possibly have a bit more. They probably have some regular bills. So for instance, maybe this person every 4th of the month, they have a bill that comes out. And let's just say that in August, they also had something else that they had to pay for that day. And maybe, yeah, not speaking about what you earn seems to benefit the employers. That's kind of what I'm getting at, it seems like if you keep it hush-hush, then it's like they can do those kind of things. And I'm not saying that all of these people are like super shady and like, trying to run off with your hard-earned cash or anything like that, but shrug. Seriously need some of these dot pens. I mean, like, I swear by them. I think they're absolutely excellent. And we'll just put some of these in. So let's just say that these ones could be like for a recurring bill. So that's why they're kind of on the same day each of the month. So it's like on the 23rd, there's a certain bill, and on the 4th, there's a certain bill or something like that. And maybe the other bill is, with the pink dot here. Maybe they've got another bill which comes kind of like in around a certain point in the month. I've also just assumed that these bills are under $100. Maybe we're going to chuck in like an expensive bill and it's around the 18th, but not necessarily around the 18th all the time. But it's in that kind of ballpark. So it's around that kind of band or bracket that they have that cost. Yay! Monica! Hello! Monica is holding my pens hostage in the sense that I have not gone to pick them up. She has my dot markers, I assume. I assume they sent it all as one. But it's okay, Monica, because I'm also holding something of yours hostage. I haven't actually even opened it. Let's go grab it. There we go. It's not a big order. It's just a little order. If you haven't checked out Monica on Instagram, you totally should, because she does reading journal content, and it is like, her handwriting makes me want to punch people. It's so cute. I don't have the package. I just have a little package. I have a little package here. So look at this. Look at this cute little family. I promise these aren't all for me. So my badge from Archer and Olive, some loyal fans decided to grab some. So we've got like a couple for my mum, because mum wanted one for herself and one for her friend. And then we have one for Monica. Yeah. And we have one for Vogel. This is Vogel's badge. And we have one for Rachel. Rachel wanted one too. And we have one for Tammy. And we also have one for Emily. So that's very exciting. I think they're pretty cute. I love them so much. I'm just, I don't know if you guys have ever had this where like there's been something that's been kind of like, in the works for such a long time, and for it to kind of come to fruition. I'm just very, very pleased. Anyways, they are so cute. But yes, I do promise that I wasn't the person who bought all of my own badges and then had them sell out. It kind of felt that way. I don't know how many of them they actually ordered, but I'm glad that I could grab the ones from a people. Oop. My phone's buzzing because it's energy check-in time. I'm feeling pretty good in terms of energy right now. Should probably mark that off in my planner before I forget, though. So one of the things I've been trying to do this month is kind of keep tabs on my energy levels, because with being at school, I kind of had an appreciation for what my natural energy cycles were. Like, I knew that there was like what points of the week I was high and low energy, that kind of thing. But I have noticed maybe some differences in that a little bit to an extent since I've been at home working for myself. So I wanted to keep tabs on it this time around. So I actually found that this morning I was feeling quite high energy compared to usual. At the moment, I'm kind of like medium energy, like, a typical amount, not bouncing off the walls or anything, but not low energy. So that can be blue, but then I have a darker blue for a higher energy day. And then last Thursday, though, I just tanked. I don't even know what happened. I was so tired, and I must have had like a bad sleep or something like that. You can kind of see it here. Kind of. It's in the back a little bit. But the kind of golden yellow color means low energy, and then the darker blue means high energy, and then pale blue means kind of a regular amount, and yellow means low energy, but not like super low. Not like I need to take a nap kind of a thing. Do you think you would ever start a journaling business? I mean, I would love to sell journals. I think that would be totally something that I would like to do. Like, I would like to design them, in terms of the like colors and materials and the like iconography on the front and stuff. That would be something I'd be really, really cool, like keen on doing, I would also I want to make a planner at some point. I think that would be awesome. Like a planner, like maybe for goals, probably is where I would be tending towards. Just because I feel like I have some good ideas for what you could put into a goal planner. But yeah, not on the agenda for today. More of a future me problem. See, I love, obviously when people talk about in America and like where they are and stuff like that, they're very much about, where they're from in terms of country, get out. It is a country, a state. And then you think about New Zealand, it's just like, oh yeah, it's either north or south, possibly you might specify a city kind of a thing. But we're really not that big a country. When I think of America, I think it's probably very difficult to comprehend how big it is, I suppose. I mean, I lived in Australia, so obviously I know to that extent, but shrug. I can't remember if I said it, but it's a drink break time, so make sure that you have your drink. Tink. Yeah, East Coast, West Coast, and Midwest. I don't know where anything is in America. At some point, I could name all 50 states, though. I don't think I could still do it, though. I think I'd get myself confused. Is Alabama a state? Because it's like Alabama, Arkansas. Is Arizona a state? I'm going to put it in anyways. And then Alaska. Is there only 4 A's? I can't remember. Hawaii and Alaska I find to be the easiest two to remember. But then you've got like the 8 M's. Isn't it 8 M's? Maine, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana. Like, apologies to the 2 M's that I've forgotten. Because there's like at least 4 of them that are MA, right? Because there's like Maine, Massachusetts, Ohio. I love Ohio so much. Maryland. There we go. Maryland was one that I forgot. And I can't remember if I mentioned Missouri. And then you've got the news. So like New York, New Mexico, New Hampshire? ? New... I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is Zealand, but we all know that that's not a state of America. And then the other ends, so like, yeah, like you said, like Nevada. Anyways, there was a time that I could do them. Ones that I forget most often are the ones that are like the one-off letters. New Jersey, yeah. Oklahoma. The one-off letters being like, oh yeah, because then you have the North and South, like North Dakota, North Carolina, South Dakota, South Carolina, ? Is there a South Carolina? There must be a South Carolina. Is there a South Dakota? I don't know. Like Utah, those are the ones I forget. I forget Virginia often. Is Vermont a thing, or is that like somewhere completely different? I'm pretty sure that's somewhere different. Anyway, getting myself distracted. Twang. Delaware. Yeah, I would forget Delaware. I typically don't forget Florida, but I think of it as like Flowrider. More dots necessary. Okay, so those were the kind of regular bill-esque kind of things. We're gonna also chuck in like their grocery shopping every 7 days, because they have a timeline here. They stick to a schedule for the most part. 1 to 3 dot 1 to 3 dot 1 to 3 1 to 3 dot 1 to 3 1 2 3 dot 1 to 3 1 2 3 dot 3. And I know that I don't need to be this specific about it. In fact, I'm just gonna go chuck some dots in, because it's really just the idea that counts. But just need to make sure that I'm actually dotting within a box, not like halfway between two boxes, which I have a tendency to do sometimes. I also find that when I'm putting things in randomly, I also start to neglect the outer edge kind of things, like the top row. And like last time I completely forgot December. So Iowa, yeah. Are you coming to Ohio when you're in the States? Probably not, which is just like devastating because Cleveland is the dream. But I'm gonna go to DC and I'm gonna go to Orlando, which is in Florida, I think. I say it like that. I know it's in Florida. Ha 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 ha. There we go. We're going to pretend that they don't spend any money on Christmas because everything is closed for Christmas here. So there's no point. Everything's also closed on the 1st and 2nd. That's looking pretty good. We'll just chuck in a couple more like low spend days. Like, hey, they bought some lunch. They did some other things. You know, they went out. They went and bought a drink at the bar to celebrate with their friend because they got a promotion. This is a very big hypothetical. This person that we're talking about here, they bought lunch. They went on a little lunch buying spree. Oh my gosh, so many days of lunch buying. What a sneaky, sneaky person. It's totally me. I used to buy lunch out all the time, but now I work from home and I don't have to because my food is already in my house. Ha 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 ha. Here we go. Will say there are certain aspects of living at home. Lol. There are certain aspects of working for myself and staying at home that have made my budget change quite a bit, which is also another reason why I kind of need to get my finances under wrap because I don't necessarily have a good idea of what my spending like realistically looks like at the moment because the way that I spend and what I'm spending on has changed quite a lot. There we go. That looks pretty good. They've got some purples. They've got some pinks. Let's chuck in some blues. Ohio has produced the highest number of astronauts. That's pretty cool. What's my phone buzzing at me for? Okay, so Facebook has this really fun thing where it notifies me every time somebody tries to join the JashiiCorrin community Facebook group. And which is not necessarily a problem. Like, I love the fact that people are joining the group. That is not the issue. The issue is that Facebook feels the need to notify me, but I don't need to do anything about it because people's requests to join are automatically approved unless they have an account that is less than a year old, which most people in my community do not, because funnily enough, I don't have a lot of 14-year-olds in my community. If you are 14 or younger and in my community, that was absolutely no shade to you. I'm just saying that, I think you have to be 13 years old to be on Facebook, question mark. It's been a hot minute since I was 13, so I'm not too sure. But most of the people who join the community already have Facebook. I mean, like, if they were going to get Facebook, they already have it. So I don't understand why Facebook needs to continuously notify me when people join the group, when I don't actually need to action anything. So it's just like Facebook reminding me, hey, I exist. Hey, you need to be distracted by something right now. Please pay attention to your phone. I'm like, stop it. You're really good at what you do. I don't need the extra distractions. Yeah, the younger kids aren't really using Facebook anyways. Exactly. They're over on the Instagrams and the TikToks and the whatever else is. Who uses WhatsApp? Because, like, we just don't really do WhatsApp in New Zealand. It's not really a thing, but it seems to be big in other places. I don't even actually really understand what WhatsApp is. I feel like it's a messaging service, but I genuinely don't know. So I'm curious about this. I'm so excited to start planning Christmas, guys, because my mum and dad and brother are all going to be in the same country as me for Christmas this year. And that hasn't happened in such a long time. Like, I haven't seen my brother for over 2 years now. I haven't seen him since like 2019, let's say. Because 2019 to 2020 to 21 to 22. Yeah. Wait, what? 3 years? Oh my gosh. But yeah, anyways, they're all going to be here in New Zealand with me for Christmas, and they're all going to come to my house, and we're going to have Christmas at my house, and I'm so excited about it because it's been such a long time. But yeah, so the year in pixels is looking good. So obviously pink on this one is income. So like income being nothing, and over here blue is not spending. So yay, I guess. Flips the page. Well, or at least attempts to. There we go. Looking good. We're making progress. Admittedly, we've only done one spread together, but that's fine. Wow. Wow, 51 days into office. That's a bit crazy. Yeah, okay, WhatsApp is big in Canada. Yeah, well, that makes sense because it was one of my Canadian colleagues that was like, "Are you on WhatsApp?" Yeah, accidentally let Instagram notify you. Oh, yeah, such a mistake. On the face tubes. I love it when my kids at school would try and rickroll me, and I'm just like, this is before your time. You need to calm down. Okay, where are we looking? We've got our list of things that we're making. We have done our year in pixels. We're feeling good about it. Yay for us. I could just get rid of this one and make it like a nice clean 20 ideas, but I do kind of want to include it. See, one of the things that I have is when I do these ideas videos, I very much like to make it so that the pages fit together nicely so I don't have any wasted space. So anytime I want a layout that is either going to take up like half a page or a full page or like whatever, I need to put them in an order so that then you guys can. Sorry, I started reading while I was trying to talk. So try and put them in an order so that then they all fit together nicely without any wasted space. Yes, you are watching from a side view because one, spoilers, all of these layouts are coming out in a video this weekend. And two, my beautiful webcam, this guy here, not you, the webcam, has an issue with autofocusing. So if you guys are top view, anytime I move my pen, the autofocus throws off, and it's just like not pleasant to watch. So we're just like, we're doing like desk buddy, little desk mate here. But yes, back to the idea of ordering. So I need to order the pages in such a way that I don't have wasted space. But the next page idea I want to do is either a half page or like a full page. But then the one after that is possibly a spread. So I'm just thinking about what do I want to do with that. Let's see. Just grab our ideas out again. Challenge and then. Okay, I'm going to do this one here. This is going to be like a pre-monthly thing. I know, right? It's a good song. I personally like the song. It's also just like a lot of fun to sing along to and kind of sing dumb as well. Like, does anybody have that? Like, there are certain songs where you just try and sing the song but like sound kind of daft while you're singing it? No, just me? Okay. The word budget throws me off so often because it's like got the D in it, but A. Anyways, it has the letter D in it, but you don't really pronounce it. It's not like budget. It's just budget. So I'm like, should just be like a J. Budget. There are a lot of letters that I feel like just don't necessarily need to be part of the English language. Like, we could just get rid of Q. We don't really need Q. It doesn't really seem very necessary. What else? We don't really need C and K. Like, just pick one. If I was gonna pick one, it would probably be K. Unless it's like, oh, well, you probably need C for ch. Okay, so C can stay, K has to go. What was the other one? X. You don't really need X. X isn't really necessary. Mistype worst. Snow is the best. You mistyped worst. Oh, contended. Alrighty. Okay, no, we're gonna have to poll this one. Snow is the best. It says test best because I can spell. Best. Worst. And there we go. Alrighty, so this is the poll for right now. I accidentally added an extra option, so we're just going to ignore that one. But the question is Snow the best, the worst, or certainly something? If you found without X, how would we find the spot? I'm sure that people would just use something else. They wouldn't even necessarily call it X. They could just call it a cross because it would be a symbol rather than a letter. Though then you wouldn't be able to say X marks the spot. You'd say cross marks the spot, and that would sound a little odd. You've never seen snow? Oh no! I personally love snow. I think snow's great, but then again, I also don't have to live with it. So anytime there is snow, it's like a really special thing, as opposed to just being like, yep, this is certainly something. There we go. Oh, okay. My items have been cleared by customs, but now I need to pay them for it. And it's not cheap, and I'm sad about that. But that is a problem for later me, not for right now me. All goods. Snow for more than half the year isn't what I would call ideal. Yeah, that doesn't sound super fun, to be completely honest. But as somebody who doesn't get snow, I think it's pretty awesome. Once you experience snow in NYC, you will not like it. Yeah, dry snow versus wet snow. There we go. We have to clarify here. These are distinctly different things. Alrighty. So we have the year in pixels. We have the pre-monthly budget. We need another layout. What is the layout? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay. I'm actually just going to change this one to something else. Actually, we're going to have 2 ideas for this one because now I feel like I want to have both of them. Which is fine. We can have more ideas are good. I'll write it in my list though, otherwise I'll forget it. Who voted for oops, I did an extra option? How dare ye? I mean, it's all good. So one of the things that I've been trying to do this time around is anytime that I have an idea that has like multiple ideas, I'm putting a pink dividing line because I didn't do that in the last one. If we can find one that has multiple ideas, I did like a washi tape divider, or I just wrote one thing underneath the next thing, like, you know, pretty much right underneath it. But I wanted it to be a bit more separate this time because I'm not using the washi tape. So I'm just doing a pink dividing line to make sure that they look separate. Team, it is drink time, but I have run out of beverage. So I am giving you, this is your official bio break. If you need to get yourself a glass of water or a snack or something like that, you have at least 30 seconds. It's going to take me longer to get downstairs though. I will be right back. Good night, Jennifer. Ooh, Insta ramen. Ooh, with pot stickers. Nice. When you said pot stickers, I literally thought you meant like paper stickers that you put on pots for a second because we just call them dumplings here. And I was like, wait, what? Why are you putting stickers on your ramen? There we go. Tink. One of my very special experiences, this, year? I know, half year, has been using a pressure washer because I don't even know what it was, but like our driveway was starting to look pretty scody. Not like major scody, not like the ones that you see in the pressure washer, like, I don't know, videos that have like super, super grossness that they're kind of pressure washing off. But one, I knew the pressure washer was going to take longer than I had expected given the videos because those videos are like super sped up. But two, it was so satisfying. Like just watching it go from dirty to clean just because you're like sprinkling it with your little aggressive hose. So, so satisfying. See, people talk about Instapot a lot, and I'm like, I want one. I don't need one, but I want one. Like so badly. Okay. Wink. I'm gonna turn this way to do my ruling. Just put that on the paper so that then we don't end up with like aggressive pink on other parts of my page. I have in the last couple of days so often like dropped my pens that are open onto my desk and ended up drawing on my desk unnecessarily. 100%. Yeah, I don't need it, but like I want it. I want an Instapot because people talk about them so often and I'm just like, oh, I want an Instapot. I want to make stuff in an Instapot. I want to do all those like 100 awesome Instapot recipes. Bubble tea. So, you got a boba cup. I really want to get some boba straws because they come, the kit that I've been using comes with like paper ones, but paper straws are nasty. And I know that we're trying to save the turtles, but come on, you're so gross. I mean, I have a telescopic straw for when I go out. It kind of shrinks down to this little container and you can kind of put it in there and stuff, which is really cool. But I need to get some for bubble tea because the bubbles are bigger than my straws. And, you know, if you try and suck it up a regular size straw, it just like munts your bubble. And that's just not good. Savings. Yeah. See, like some paper straws aren't that bad because they've got enough structural integrity that they like kind of can go the distance. Like they'll be able to withstand being in liquid for a longer period of time. But a lot of them are just like you put them into the cup and then they're bent and then they get soggy and then the ends fray and just like what? So not pleasant. I think that places, especially places that have like sit down meals and such, they really should have reusable straws. Because like if you're gonna wash up cutlery, you might as well just chuck the straws in there too. That is my personal opinion though. Yeah, decent paper straws are few and far between. Oh my gosh, they melt? Wait, What? Yeah. Boo hiss. Let's see. Can I put you guys in a better position so you can see more? I don't know, because I just don't want you to fall off the desk. There you go. You guys can see a little bit more there. Oh, hey. Oh, hi there. You can see the mess that is my desk. Which, that's not even the worst of it. Like, this is just bad. Hi, Monica. Welcome back. Metal straws. I like metal straws. Yeah. I don't know. Our Starbucks has paper straws, I believe, but I don't know what. Yeah. I don't know. Our Starbucks has it. Your work. Yeah, I was wondering where you got to. I remember you mentioning the work call, though. And I'm glad you're back. Savings tracker. So are we going to do it in categories, or are we going to do it in, like... We're going to do it in categories. Why not? So, what do we reckon? What is this hypothetical person saving up for? I don't know what I'm saving for. Well, one of them could be a holiday. And new laptop. Nice. And an Instapot. Yes. And they need to save for a car. And they're also saving for a PS5 because YOLO, why not? And they're also just saving for the Ultra Knowledge full release. And then they can save for Christmas gifts. Excellent ideas, team. I appreciate you. A pony. Nay. Ponies are bad investments. I don't know. New journals. Yeah. I appreciated the people on Instagram the other day. I got one of those, like, hey, sugar, looking for a good time. But it was more like, hey, are you looking for a sugar daddy for financial aid? I'm like, oh, now you're speaking my language. I could have some financial aid. But I'm just like, no, thank you. Michael, I believe his name was. I'm okay. But of course, I screenshot it and then put it on my Instagram as like a poll kind of thing. Like, what should we ask my sugar daddy for? And seeing all people's responses was quite entertaining. We had a lot related to stationery. But then also somebody said, like, because I think that the way that I phrased it was like, what should I send back? Or like, how should I respond? Or no, it was like, what should I ask for? That was the one. What should I ask for? And then somebody said like a one-way ticket to Mars for him. And I was just like, yup. Sounds about right. Quite good. Entertaining. I'm like, if I'm gonna ask him for the Archer and Olive stationery, I'm also gonna have to ask him for shipping, because sad. Do. I am very excited, especially in terms of like, going to Go Wild, setting up a whole bunch of pages related to Go Wild. So like my Go Wild planning pages, I guess you could say. Yeah, the Halloween release. The Halloween release is only next week. It's coming. But I'm like, I think one of the things that I'm going to have to set up as part of my Go Wild budgeting setup would be one. I do need to set up a budget for that, because I think that I would very easily spend above my means if left unchecked in that respect. So we're going to need budget for that. There we go. Some cute little boxes. Yeah, Go Wild autograph page. Yeah, because I'm going to have to get like all of the our little community. I need all of the people's little like signatures and whatever. Not signatures, autographs. That's the one. What is the difference between a signature and an autograph anyways? Is it just like an autograph has the intention of being like, hey, yo, this is a message from me, and a signature is more like, I have read the terms and conditions. biggest lie ever. There we go. Yeah, see, pen shows. I'm glad that I'm not going at the same time as a pen show. I mean, I feel like a lot of the time I'm pretty good at not spending money on things that I don't need. But because I'm going to be in a new place and a place where I have access to things that I don't necessarily always have access to, that might make me go a little bit like spend happy, a little spend crazy. I'm hoping to avoid that, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'm so freaking excited. Yeah. Put in some little dividing lines. I was going to rule them across, so it'd be like you could fill in little blocks, and the blocks would each represent things, but I'm like, the little lines are fine. That little line is not. This little line that I've just drawn in, he is a little bit special. He's in the wrong place, but that's okay. Ooh, library is having a book sale. Is it the idea that, like, they have extra books or something, and they're trying to get rid of some stock? Or that's kind of cool. I missed the lines on that side, so I need to go back and do those ones. Instapot. I want one. I don't need one, but I want one. I think the Instapot is very much one of those like FOMO things, because I see people talk about them in their videos and stuff like that, and I'm just like, oh. Rachel will not be coming, much to her own dismay. I told her yesterday that I was planning on going, and now she low-key hates me, but that's fine. But Vogel is coming. He just won't be coming to the actual like Go Wild conference because he just doesn't care. But he's gonna come to DC, and we're probably, what we're planning on doing is we're gonna go at like the start of the conference, kind of arrive maybe a day early or something, just so that then we're not totally jet lagged for the first proper day. And then we're going to spend at least a couple of days after the conference there to do touristy things. Is the general plan. And then we will go to Orlando. Pressure cookers, yeah, because I think that's the thing. Like, I've got a slow cooker because I think you can use an Instapot as a slow cooker, ? Again, doesn't know anything about the Instapot. But I think the idea of the pressure cooker and the fact that, like, you know, it's Instapot. It's fast. That's just cool. I don't need it, but I want it. I think I need to put that as like a list in my journal. I don't need it, but I want it. It reminds me of that song, like, it's not right, but it's okay. Even though, you know, it's not necessarily the same thing, but that's what my mind goes to. Yeah, no, I'm actually wearing my engagement ring. I figured, you know, it's been 4 years. I've come to terms with the fact that I said yes, so now I've got my ring on. See, the air fryer is another one I want. I don't need an air fryer because, like, in my mind, I'm like, I've got an oven. Why the heck would I need an air fryer? But I do know that the air fryer is drier on the inside or whatever, and that kind of stuff. Do I have a friend that has it? Instapots aren't really a big thing here, so no. But yeah, you love your air fryer, but not big enough. Oh gosh, you lost your engagement ring. That would suck. Yeah, I've come to terms with saying yes. Just like, I'm no longer single and ready to mingle or whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. So, in theory, this person at the top would write up, like, how much the whole thing is. Whatever the item is. I don't know how much a PS5 is, or a car, or a Christmas. How much is a Christmas? Who can really say? But the idea would be, like, of the total cost, they'd break it down into equal amounts, and then they could, like, track how much for each of them they'd done, which would be cute. You can't do rings. Fair. I mean, that's the thing, because I just would find the ring to be very irritating, like having it on my finger, but I have started getting to a point where I actually notice when I'm not wearing it more. Because previously that was not the case. Previously it was like, why are you on my finger? Please leave. But I am getting more used to having it there. I think it's kind of like any kind of piece of jewelry, I suppose. Like, I have a toe ring, for instance, and I know that when I first started wearing my toe ring, it was very noticeable. Felt very uncomfortable. But now it's been there for so long that I genuinely, like, I'm just trying to pay attention to my toes right now. I can't feel it on my foot at all. I don't know, just a little bit interesting there. Yeah, wearing your ring on your left hand due to stress on your left arm. Yeah, because I know that I talked to Vogel about possibly getting him a ring at some point. And he said he probably wouldn't wear it if I got him one, but if he did, when he gets a wedding band, if we ever actually get married, lol, he said he was gonna wear it on a chain, like as a necklace, and I said, you better bloody not. I don't know. I think that the thing that I worry about with wearing rings on necklaces is that you then have the ring, like, especially ones that are like not equally weighted the whole way around. I feel like it would just slowly wear away on the back, wouldn't it? Because it would be rubbing against the chain. Yeah, I can understand not liking diamonds. My personal preference for stones are opals because they are my birthstone, and I think they're so freaking pretty. Like, they're beautiful. I love opals. But at the time of buying my ring, because Vogel did keep that in mind, he knew that I liked opals more than I liked diamonds. The only opal options that they had were kind of like so he didn't get me one of those, which was fine. But yes, need a pale pink. Let's see. I'm not gonna go in and be like, yeah. I love that you were like, eyes. My mum's really into emeralds, for instance, so her engagement ring has an emerald in it, and pretty much any jewelry that my dad buys her has an emerald in it. But yeah, opals are very much my thing. They're very pretty. And I mean, like, admittedly, I do have an opal ring. I think I only have one. Question mark. But again, I don't really wear rings, so. There's like a ticking noise in my office and I don't know what it is. Now as I've said that, it stopped. Oh, nope. Now as I've said that, it started again. Where are you? Oh, I think it's actually just my curtain is moving. It's okay. I can make peace with that. Let's see. Yeah, what's that mysterious ticking noise? It's a pipe bomb. No! I don't think I can say that on the internet. Anyways. Yay! I always just love when Harry comes out and he's like just manic. Yeah. Calm down, Harry. Why so aggressive? That's me, Harry. Dumbledore. Nope. We're not getting this stuck in my head. We are going to stick with Mysterious Girl by Peter Andre, or whatever his name is, and that will be it. Thank you very much. Yay, opal birthstones. Christmas. We're going to pretend that this person has actually prioritized Christmas, because we don't want the highest thing to be the PS5. That's just sad. Okay, it's not. There's absolutely no shade in the PS5 buyers. It's just the PS5 is it out yet? I don't even know. I do not keep up with the tech news or the gaming consoles. I personally have kind of given up on gaming consoles because, like, you just can't get the like, because I'm an Xbox person. If I was going to pick a console, it would be Xbox because that's the one that I've decided to pledge my loyalty to. You just can't get them. Can't get them here, and there's nothing that I desperately want to play on the console anyways. So there's really no point in me getting one. I would like to play more games. I think it would actually be fun to do some kind of a gaming stream at some point. But I feel like if I'm going to do that, PC is going to be easier. But I also need to find time to play things. So, big shrug. Oh, sorry. I didn't even bother to remind you. It's drink break time. I hope you've been drinking. I say I hope you've been drinking. I might rephrase that. I hope you've been hydrating. There we go. Gee, my chat froze. No! Well, hopefully your chat comes back. Your desktop just broke? What? Oh, no. Oh, he switched to a gaming laptop. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So we've done this idea, and this idea can be italicsed off. That's how I remove things from the list. I don't actually delete them because I like to have them typed out so that then if I want to use them again, or like, put them into the description box or something for when I'm doing timestamps, they're already typed out. I don't need to rewrite them, which is good. And they're already in the order that I actually talk about them in, which is haha bonus. Let's see. So, saving challenges, It's looking so cute. I love this color palette. Like, I'm actually very sold on it. It's just bright and fun and, a bit different to the stuff I've been doing more recently. Oh, happy birthday, Gwen. Oh, awesome. That's so exciting for you. Yay, happy 21st. Oh, good night to the people who are good nighting. Let's see. Do we sing happy birthday? Hip hip hooray! Hip hooray! Hip hooray! Now, what type of savings challenges do we want to put in here? Is it just like a list? Is it supposed to be a one-off or is it like an annual thing? I think it's supposed to be an annual thing. I know. I'm sorry. Put a centimeter between them and then they can be 2 centimeter boxes. Why not? Did I split that into 3? I think I split it into 3. Dang it! Grrg! I meant to split it into 4, but I didn't. So this is my life now. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. But it'll be okay. This is why we pencil things out before we usually set up layouts, my friends. Making some foolish mistakes here. And now just second guessing myself on every single line I'm doing. Yeah, I probably should have because I know I put that in the wrong place, but that's okay. Yeah, money challenge is emergency fund making. Yes, very good. I don't want the pink next to you, but I also don't want the purple next to you. I'll just put the blue. Okay, we'll do that. That's fine. This is the pink. Aw, that's awesome. Well, welcome to the live stream, Jasmine. It's a pleasure having you here. My dad always used to sing Pain and Sorrow on the air. People dying hero. Wow, that's pleasant. Now, typically, when I do challenge boxes like this and stuff, I do like to do 12 boxes, but somebody decided today that she doesn't know how to count, so that's why we only have 9, but it's fine. We are making our peace with it. We will be okay. My little stones. Yes, you can bring the pens. Yay! Are you coming next week? I hope so. The next 2 Bujo Wednesdays are at my place, so you are more than welcome to come on over. And I might even make you dinner this time, unlike last time. Bad Jess. If anybody else is in Wellington, they want to come to Bujo Wednesday, you just let me know. We're gonna slowly take over the Bujo Welly world. There we go. Cute little boxes. Some little savings challenge ideas for these peeps. Oh, first live as a patron. Yay, that's exciting too. Because yes, patrons do get their own special live stream. They get their own personal live stream each month. And we also, depending on what tier you're in, we have a hangout as well that we've got coming up this weekend, which is very exciting. I love our hangouts. I love our lives. I love the hangouts more probably because I just like you actually get to like talk to people, like not type to people. I guess, which is always kind of nice. But it's just, it's just a bit of fun, a bit special. Hang out with some like-minded peeps, little community. Here we go. Little stars for no reason, I've decided. Cool. Was with the adventure. Yep. Yay, you're going to join us Bujo Wednesday. Awesome. I need to make sure I make note of that. Here we go. We'll put it on the spoiler paper. But it's okay, guys, because the spoilers are on the other side, so you don't have to worry about seeing anything you shouldn't. Oh, no, I'm kidding, because I'll get cancelled. What was I writing? Monica over Bujo Wednesday. Next week. There you go. Smiley face. There we go. It's okay, because when I come over to the Americas, the one America, the United States of, I'm like, we should do a Bujo Wednesday, but like in DC. That'd be awesome. I don't know if it's a thing that I can do. I don't know if I'll still be there by Wednesday. I don't know how many days I'm actually staying. Maybe we'll just do like a Bujo Tuesday or something. Yeah. But yes. All right. Let's see. We've got these written down though. So it'll just be like no spend month. There we go. Hypothetical challenges. Can I come to England? Maybe one day. Not like right now. I think it's going to be a little while off before I go to Europe, but I do want to go. Writing your content sometime. You started your journal. Oh, that's so excited. I mean, lined notebooks are awesome too. It's totally doable to do a bullet journal in a lined notebook. I have a video about it. It is actually one of my more popular videos, which I think was like a surprise to me as well. But no, because I really enjoyed making the journal that I did for the the Bujo on a budget kind of one, but I don't know what happened. I don't even know if you guys noticed, but halfway through somebody called me and my phone flipped the orientation. So when I went to edit the video, I had to flip the footage, but then the footage was pixelated. And I'm like, no, I put effort into that and I thought it looked cute. But yeah, I'm either gonna have to remake it or just live with the pixelated footage. Sad, sad. I'm gonna think about that some more later. I think for now I'm gonna move on to the next one. Boom. Pre-monthly budget. Sketchbook. Yeah, you can get. That's a very good point. And I mean, you know, especially if you either can naturally write straight or you don't mind setting things up to allow yourself to write straight, a sketchbook would be a really good idea. Daiso next door. Yeah. I can totally understand people's love of Daiso. Let's see. Wee. I feel like I need to go look up an example for this one because I'm not necessarily feeling super creative. Do you guys ever get that where like you go to set up your journal for something and you're just like, I know I want something like nice, but I'm just really not necessarily like the mood, but you're just like not necessarily there in terms of being able to think creatively enough to put something down onto paper that kind of satiates the creativity need. Yes, you were there when I screamed in the middle of a Daiso. I can't remember why I was screaming. It wasn't like a real scream. It was more just like a shriek. Because it was a little shriek. I'm sure that people find me a pleasure to be with in public. Let's see. There we go. I'll look up some ideas. Gave you the hugest heart attack, and then you guys all walked away, and I'm like, no, be my friend. Come back. Why won't you sit with me anymore? My brother lived in Korea. He's actually moving back slowly in the process of. We were gonna go to Korea. It didn't end up happening, which was sad. Alrighty, we're gonna do this. Thanks to variable debt savings. I want to go to total income. Okay, cute. Thanks, variable debt. How do I want to set this up? Okay. Korean and Japanese stationery. Yay, super cute. Just I find that like a lot of stationery that's like the kind of cute stationery, quote, like the pens and stuff just seem to have really thin tips. And I like being kind of a bit more heavy-handed in my approach. That is a danger zone for me. Like it's just, I'm always worried that I'm gonna end up munting something in a way that is irreversible, which is a bit sad. Sad. They do. They do offer thicker tips, do they? Alrighty. Well, I'm just yet to see them, I guess. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. But I don't know. I'm usually pretty happy with the stuff I have for the most part until I get the FOMO, and then I feel the need to go buy things. Oh, the FOMO is real. Let's see. Total income. Fixed variable. Blah, blah, blah. We'll just do 4. It makes more sense in my mind hole. In my head. One of the things that I've noticed with working at home, and in particular working at home by myself 2 days a week, is that I have a overactive imagination and get, like, weirdly anxious about noises in my house. Like, I just find that, especially because, in the entranceway to mine and Vogel's offices, not office, we don't share an office anymore, but in that kind of entranceway, there is a curtain that we have there to kind of like either trap the hot air or cold air, depending on whether we're trying to heat or cool the house. And sometimes it rustles, and my immediate thought is, "There's somebody in my house." And I'm like, "It's not necessarily the case, Jessica. You need to calm down a little bit." But my first thought is, "Oh my god, somebody is in my house." Like, jumpy lady. Yeah, I mean, I always lock my front door. My front door's always locked, especially because, like, I told you guys about a person I used to know called Karma. Was her name. And one time she just kind of came over to my house, which, is fine, whatever. I wasn't expecting her, but my family was out, and I was just in my bedroom, doing my thing, whatever. I heard a knock on my door, and I just assumed that it must have been, like, my mom or, like, a family member or whatever, and I opened my door, and Karma was standing in my house. And I'm just like, I didn't even know what to say, because I'm just like, "Oh, the front door was unlocked." She's like, "Yeah, I just let myself in." And I'm like, "I can see that." But I'm just like, "Yeah, didn't make me feel super safe," because we didn't really know each other well enough for that to be, like, an okay thing. Like, if Rachel had come over and just let herself in, it's whatever, but I didn't really know this person well enough for that to be, something I was comfortable with, and I'm just like, "Okay, we, certainly need to make sure that we lock our doors." And another time when my mum was home and I think that everybody had gone out and, somebody had left the front door unlocked, she heard a knock on the front door. And so she was working downstairs at the time. So she had to come upstairs to the front door. And she heard a knock on the door, so was kind of like putting her stuff down to go upstairs, and then she heard the front door open. And so, she doesn't necessarily know who's there, so she just called out to say, like, "Hi," like, "coming," kind of a thing, and the person was like, "Oh, sorry, wrong house," because obviously they had thought that nobody was home and that they could just walk in. Because it was not somebody that she knew, it was somebody else. So I'm just like, "Yeah, no, anytime we're home, like, even if it's both of us or whatever, the front door is locked." Admittedly, when Vogel left this morning, he left the front door unlocked. That is something that he and I will be having a conversation about when he gets home. And not that he's watching this stream, but if you're watching this stream, Vogel, you have that to look forward to. And again, he's not watching this stream, but still. I'm just like, yeah, it's a no from me. I feel a lot safer with the front door locked, but it still doesn't stop my overactive imagination from making me worry every time I can hear, like, a small noise, or, like, how houses just make noises, like, you'll get, like, that kind of cracking noise or something like that. Not like an aggressive cracking, but it's just like, the house flexing and stuff under the temperature changes and stuff like that or whatever. But yeah, when I'm at home by myself though, it freaks me out more. Let's see. Left the sliding door on, like, yeah, no, not pleased at all. Old apartment building. Oh, yeah. Like, hear people moving around, freaking me out. I put the door and kind of walk upstairs. Yeah, nah. I'm glad that he was ushered away. It's just like, whew, give me the heebie-jeebies. It's a no from me. But what is a yes from me is having a drink break. Please make sure that you are hydrating. Tink. Part of the reason that I give you guys the reminders for your drink break is so that I remember to have a drink. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here running my mouth for like 2 and a bit hours, and my mouth gets super dry, and then I just kind of start croaking through words. Nobody wants to listen to me croak. This isn't. You didn't sign up for, like, I don't know, a Froggy Live or whatever. I'm glad that the tink makes you smile. Let's see. So categories. We're thinking. We're just gonna do fixed versus variable. Yeah, that many. That looks like a good amount. You know, if I had my longer ruler, this would be easier. Just saying. I miss you, ruler, wherever you've gone. I really hope I can find it. I'm hoping that I haven't accidentally, like, scooped it up with, I don't know, rubbish or something that's been on my desk and just thrown it out, because that would be a very me thing to do. And I sincerely hope that is not the case, because as much as my ruler's not, you know, it's not expensive. It's just, you don't want to have to pay for things that you already paid for once. That's not the business. Oof. Night, everyone. Aw, thanks for being here with us. When did you last see it? Okay, well, here, I at least know that it has been missing, quote, missing from my life for at least 2 to 3 days. And I would expect that it would be somewhere in that general vicinity. It's not in this pencil case. Like, I don't think it actually fit in this pencil case. I don't know. I really do wish that the Archinola pencil cases were just like a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. Because they're just a little bit too small. But it's not underneath any of these guys. Ugh. Yeah, it's not underneath any of those ones. And it's not underneath the paper bags. It shouldn't be underneath the journal. It's certainly not underneath my washi tapes. It's not, okay. Just to humor me. No, I was like, oh my god, no, it's a protractor. Like, let's just to humor me, we're just gonna. Okay, it's not in any of these ones. I don't want to mix my pens, is the only thing. Ugh. Okay. So, it's not. Here, you can see that it's empty, so I'm not lying. It's not any of these. Oh, I was looking for you the other day. Put you there. Put you in the least safe place I know. There we go. So it's not any of these. Just drop things. Oh, grey. Okay, distractions. Stop it. And it's not in my pencil cup, which is over to the side. This is my pencil cup. It's not in my pencil cup. I just don't know where else it would have gone. Maybe did I put it in my pen? I might have put it in my bag to take to Rachel's. No, that's my helix. Maybe I took it to hers last weekend or something. I say last weekend. Last week. Oh yeah, I'm a wizard. I should have thought of that sooner. Thank you for playing. I'm so happy because it was driving me batty. It was in my bag that I took to Rachel's last week. Okay, so yesterday, last week for Bujo Wednesday, I packed up all of my stuff into my, like, Archinola tote bag, like the one with all the different kind of pockets and stuff, which I quite like that bag because it's just, you know, it's big and it's got compartments, and that's what I like. Anyways, so I put all of my stuff in my bag. I'm like, okay, we haven't set up Rachel's September, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna bring all of our stuff with us. So I bought a bunch of washi tapes over, and I bought some acrylographs, and I obviously bought my ruler, which is now going, you know, you guys can vouch for it, in the pencil case for when I inevitably forget where I put it. Anyways, so took all my stuff to Rachel. I'm like, awesome, we're gonna get it done, because she'd already lent me her journal like that weekend so that I could work on it, and I just hadn't got around to it because one, I'm a terrible friend, and two, I just poorly manage my time, I guess, question mark. So I brought all the stuff over to work on her journal, and I forgot her freaking journal. Like, I left her journal at my house. So I brought all of my supplies over to work on it and didn't actually bring the book, which is the essential part. But that's fine. It's okay. Because then yesterday, when we did Bujo Wednesday at hers again, I did bring the journal. I did get it set up. All as well. But still. That's just like a weight off my shoulders. I'm so glad that we found it. Thank you for your assistance. Excellent idea, Monica. Alright, let's do some color again. Just do some pink, because pink is pretty. I think we've talked about it before, but pink is one of those colors that, like, when I was a kid, I didn't like it, and I think it was probably because of the patriarchy, which sounds silly, but I think it's like, okay, I don't know if anybody actually else understands this feeling. But it's like, you don't want to be seen as a girly girl, and possibly because being female has negative connotations in some way, like that's kind of what I reckon it was. So you don't want to be seen as like a girly girl or not like other girls. Blech. So you just kind of throw pink out as an option. Like, oh, I hate pink. Pink girly stuff is gross. But I've kind of come to realize that that's what I was doing with pink. And now I'm like, nah, stuff it. I like pink. I can be, the modern woman who likes pink and who likes girly stuff, but then who also likes other stuff. We're allowed to be multifaceted people. I think it's okay to like multiple things, and I don't think that liking pink makes you less than, if that makes sense. No, I mean, it's also fine if you don't like pink. If you genuinely don't like pink, it's, whatever, no bigs. But I think that my dislike of pink wasn't necessarily because I genuinely disliked pink. It was because I didn't like being seen as being kind of like feminine, or like, you wanted to be, quote, one of the guys or whatever. And looking back, I'm just like, fucking stupid. Like, to put it as nicely as I can. I look back on a lot of things that past Jess decided on and cringe, but it's okay. That's what growth is about. This is extra character growth. It's all good. I mean, like, I'm still not really all that partial to florals and stuff like that anyways. Like, I can understand the aesthetic, and I get that it's some people's kind of vibe. It's just not something that I'm like super into. But I can be into pink. It's all good. Yeah. I mean, I'm still always in black. Like, anything that I own that isn't black barely gets worn, effectively. But then obviously there are certain instances where wearing black is not appropriate. Like, I don't know, I think that weddings or something is something where you're in theory not supposed to wear black to. I don't think that's a written rule. I just think it's kind of like I end up looking a little bit more like I'm going to a funeral rather than a wedding. But yeah. Have you seen Rose new stickers? Oh, yeah, no, I mean, see, that's the thing, like, I say that I don't like florals, but, I mean, if I have a look at my, journal setup for 2022, that one I used florals in. Like, I can understand that florals are pretty, and I can use them in my journal and be pretty happy with them, but I think maybe it's just, like, an oversaturation of florals. The roses stickers are really gorgeous. I really wish that the Crayola Super Tips wouldn't do, like, that ink dump at the end of every stroke. And I do understand that, it's kind of like you get what you pay for kind of thing. They are a cheaper pen option. They're actually a really good option. But when you're trying to make it look cohesive with your Tombos, the Tombos don't have enough purple options. That's probably the takeaway point here. They need some better purples. So they've got, like, dark ones, like, they have super bright ones, like the kind of magenta-esque kind of tones. And then they've got, like, dark ones, and they've got, like, a dark kind of reddish purple and a dark bluish purple. And then they've got some super, super light ones, but they don't seem to have a good, like, medium color purple like this one is, and that's why I'm using this one. I love purple. Purple is my favorite color. The thing with purple is that I, like, love purple, but I don't want any of my, like, house stuff to be purple. It's weird. Like, if I was thinking of, like, a color palette, quote, quote, color palette for my house, it would be, like, navy, mustard, and, like, gray. That's kind of, like, where I'm at with that. So when I say that my favorite color is purple and then people buy me purple things for my house, I'm like, "Yeah, but not for this piece." Yeah. Purple, yeah. I've got 620 out as, like, my light one, so I'm doing it for, like, dividing lines and stuff like that, but it is super light compared to this purple. This purple's a lot brighter. More saturation. I love purple. Okay, we need to write some labels. Next. Variable. Debt and savings. I love glitter, but I don't want to get that all over my house. It's fair. I might have to close the curtain because the sun is shining and my face hole is making me very warm. I hope that you guys will still be able to see. Let's just check. Alrighty. Is that still visible? Can we still see? I mean, it's more about the company than the visual, isn't it? The visual is nice. So this is going to be totals. My eyes are having a real struggle actually adjusting to the lack of light because I was so used to squinting because the sun was, like I said, directly in my face hole. So, fixed. Variable in the pink. Purple. Thank you for being here. And debt and savings, and then total. We'll just call it debt save because I ran out of space. I don't know if it's just my pink or if it's like actually a common thing, but pink 723 from Tombow, when you go over it multiple times, it starts to look like kind of, I don't know, like dirty is not the word that I want to use, but it is the word that I shall be using. It seems a little bit more kind of like goes murky or something like that. Again, I don't think that's necessarily the word I mean, but that's okay. This is looking pretty cute though. I like my little budget there. Let's flip over the page. It is alarming to me how quickly I am getting through this R&D Bujo because usually my R&D Bujos lasts me a hot minute because, you know, I don't do too many videos where I have to set up spreads outside of the ones that I typically set up, but This one has just been seeming to go really, really quick, and I've only done like 3 videos. Yeah, like a dingy. What's the darker pink you're using? The darker pink I'm using is 743. So I think I've got a little palette in the front. Go. Let's see if we can show it to you guys. So if it wants to show up, come on, my friend. Is that kind of in focus? Kinda. So yeah, we've got 425 for the blue, 743 and 723 for the pinks, and then the Crayola Super Tick, which I've numbered 69. There's the the purple. Cat looks like vintage pink. Yeah, kind of like it's a bit brighter than a vintage pink, honestly. Because I think if I was gonna say something was a vintage pink, it would be more like trying not to get them confused. Like 772, I feel like is more of a vintage pink because it's more like a dusty kind of pink color, which is beautiful. Like I really like it. Again, my camera's having a hard time, but that is a kind of intentionally subdued kind of color. Is it actually called Dusty Rose? Lol. Whoops. Yes, very nice dirty pink. Can you imagine if I named paints? It would just be like dirty pink. The blue was 425. So you can see, like, wait, have another look. So this is the kind of dusty pink color, or the one that I would call dusty pink, whereas this one that I'm using is a little bit more like bright, vibrant. We'll see if I can swatch it next to it, so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. And there we go. It's just not doing it justice, because this is a lot more vibrant than it kind of shows up on camera, I personally feel. I'm gonna, like, turn on a light and see. Please excuse my aggressive light. Does that? No. It's just like really, really bright now, isn't it? We're not going to be able to achieve this. It's fine. It's fine. There we go. I might post a picture on the Discord or something so that I can show you guys what I mean by that. But yeah. I'm enjoying the little color palette we're working with, though. I think that the colors are very cute together. It's very like kind of candy pop kind of a thing. Swatch list, it doesn't have a 425. Maybe I'm crazy. No, it's 452. I am crazy. You're fine. I'm having a struggle moment, obviously. No, they are fine. I am wrong. Well, I don't need to scratch it out, but I feel like now I need to scratch it out. 4, 5, 2. My dedication to the sound effects. There we go. So the next one that I am looking to set up, let's go see. So we've done that one. We've done that one. Oh, yay! This one's fun. Okay. Haha. Mainly because I like setting up calendars. They're nice and straightforward. Nice. So I guess the question is, does it need to be a full? Probably doesn't need to be a full spread. We can just do like a chill kind of calendar. Maybe like the ones that we use in Rachel's journal kind of a thing. 6-week calendar? 6-week calendar, why not? It's like October-ish. Let's see. So if you are 7.5, 8, then that'll be 30, so that'll be that. And we'll just put a purple dot down so that we know. Of course, I decided to use the purple instead of just my dot markers, which would have made more sense. That's fine. Let's see, if I put this purple dot down, Nobody will know. Ha ha ha. I mean, you and I will know, but the other folks, they won't know. 6.5. Cute. I do appreciate that time taken is less when using the dot markers. Because it's just like plonk of the color. And this is where it comes back to, like, you know, I was very skeptical. I was like, I don't think I need these. I think that they're going to be a waste of time. Like, it's just super not necessary. But they speed things up so much, and they just give you those kind of, like, not perfect circles, because does that even exist? But, like, I don't want to say good enough, because it's not just good enough. It's, like, actually genuinely good. So, yeah. So, yeah. What's 1.5 times 7? 10.5. Yeah. What's 10? 13 minus 10.5 is 2.5. Yeah, variety of Tombos. Always feel the need to stick to the faves. Yeah, I know, right? There are certain colors of Tombos that I will just consistently gravitate towards. Like the ones that are in my, I say my perfect rainbow. It's not necessarily a perfect rainbow, but they are the colors of my rainbow, or the ones that I like to use. They will always be ones that I gravitate towards. And there are certain Tombos that have been sitting in my little Tombow deck, and they probably just all dried up from lack of use. They're just like, you know, gone out to pasture because I never use them. I do remember doing I did a layout that was like only colors I don't like. So the Tombos were super fresh because I had not used them before, because they were colors I did not like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 21, 28. Because I know that people do those, like, use your stash challenges and stuff like that. So it's like, hey, use up things that you haven't been using. I don't even want to think about doing one of those. Because I like the things I like, and I just want to stick to them and to ignore the purchases that I made that I don't use. But then I also have that thing of, like, okay, I don't use them. So, like, I logic this in my head. I don't use them. I could get rid of them, but then my set wouldn't be complete. Or I don't use them. I could get rid of them, but then what if I want to use them? I'm like, Jessica, it has been 4 or more years. You do not need them if you are not using them. Just let them go. It's like when I don't know if you guys were around in the community when embossing became like a huge thing. People were really into the idea of embossing powders and doing the heat tool, and you know, having the embossing powder melt together and all of that. And so that became like a big thing. So I have an embossing tool. I have a heat tool, and I have the embossing powder. And outside of just trialing around with it and kind of like mucking around, I have not used it. So it's just like super unnecessary. Yeah. A perfect circle, lead sing. Yeah. I thought it was a band. Yeah, people got very into them. It's like when I first started bullet journaling, and I think to an extent still, but mild liners were like the thing. So everybody and their dog had mild liners to use in their bullet journal. I bought them. I have them. I do not use them. So when they came out with the new colors, I'm like, okay, logic brain was like, Jessica, you do not need these because you will not use them, as, you know, noted by the fact that you had mild liners and didn't use them. But that doesn't stop the FOMO being like, but you need them. But you should get them. But what if they're amazing? And what if you do use them? I'm like, no, back of brain, you need to calm down. But what we do also need is a drink reminder. Tink. Because the mild liners are the same. Like, there are certain colors that I gravitate towards and use pretty much consistently. And I think some of them have even started kind of drying up because I have used them ages ago. Like just used them heaps. But then other ones are just still super vibrant because I just barely touch them. Like I haven't. I think that one of the issues also was that I bought the mild liners at the same time, pretty much. Well, very very close to when I bought the Tombos, because I essentially, after a mere 3 weeks of bullet journaling, was like, I need all of the Tombos, obviously, and bought the full set of Tombos. And I use my Tombos religiously, but my mild liners I certainly do not. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys are getting use out of them. It's awesome. I like that. Yeah, I probably have 4 and use 4. Well, I use 40 otherwise. Oh god, reading. Wah wah. Come on, Jess. What are you doing? Have 40, use 4. Sometimes my mouth moves faster than my brain. And it's just like word soup. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Cute little colors. Yeah, see, I have the Crayola Super Tips. I have the 100 pack. My brother got it for me for my birthday or something one year. And I do not use them. I barely use them. The only reason I'm using them today is because as I said, I couldn't find the right color purple in my Tombos. But I checked there first. And I think actually this one isn't even from the 100 set. This is from the 20 pack, because the 20 pack is sitting, like you can see it, it's just over here. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just check to see if this one works. And it does. So I'm like, oh, sweet. There we go. Nice and easy. Done. We need some numbers on our calendar. This is an 05 micron. 1, 2, 03. Yes, I have a lot of washi tape that I don't use because I did the declutter. I don't know if you guys caught the live decluttering of the washi tape. So I did a declutter of the washi tape, and then just didn't actually get around to giving it away. So I've still got, you see that box over there, that blue one? This guy, he's full of washi tape, 100% full. Yeah, I do have been meaning to do something with it. But I also, again, have that kind of like fear of letting go almost, where it's like, what if I get rid of it? And then I realize, oh, wait, one of those was the perfect tape for insert thing here. Like, one of the tapes that I decluttered was a green one. And since decluttering it, I have used that green washi tape in 2 separate monthly setups. I used it for July with my watermelon theme, and I used it for May with my panda theme. So I'm like, obviously I can't get rid of these washi tapes because I've used them now, but that one washi tape doesn't make up for the other, I don't even know how many that are sitting in that box not getting used. But again, my FOMO's like, no, we can't do it. I also need to pay attention to when I'm numbering my calendar, because I just put a 3 instead of a 2. And now I don't know what to do with my life. Okay, no, I'll just write over it. It's fine. Because again, this is just an ideas video. This is not my actual journal. So if we make some small mistakes, it's really not the end of the world. I'm telling myself that more than I'm telling you. There we go. Oh, yeah, see, I mean, now I'm like a washi tape snob now, because the washi tape shop washi is just like so much nicer. It's actually just lovely. Which was also part of the reason why I'm just like, I need to get rid of my old washies in the blue box, because I need to make room for better washi. 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. Treat the tombos like they're sacred. Yeah, I can understand that too. I think that's also why, like, I save pretty much every scrap of paper that I have when I cut things off of my journal. Like, every time I make a Dutch door, that scrap of paper goes into my paper scrap bin, even though I effectively have enough scrap paper now to not even need the Artronol of Neapolitan notepads, like, realistically. But in my mind, I'm like, this journal was expensive. You cannot waste any of the paper from this journal. Otherwise, you are gonna explode or something. I don't even know why. It's like my brain's just like throwing out this paper will be the end of your universe. Like, I'm pretty sure, like this guy here, my immediate thought is that like, oh, okay, well I've drawn on one side, but it's thick enough that the other side is still usable, so I could use this to cover up a mistake in my journal. But I'm like, I don't need to keep it though. I have so many scraps and I barely ever use them because most of the time, okay, first of all, I don't make that many mistakes in my journal. I do make mistakes, but I don't make that many because a lot of the time, if I'm going in with pen or something, I've done enough pre-planning to know what I want to put where. So there's that to start with. But when I make a mistake, most of the time I either one, don't fix it, or two, I have like, a very small amount of paper that I need to actually cover up said mistake because I'll usually stop myself ahead of completely colossally stuffing things up. But even with that, I have so much scrap paper that's just left over from like, making Dutch doors or, removing a page from my journal because I didn't like the way that I set up my string and space tracker and pen tracker. So I've been doing a little bit of scribbling on the back though. But like this thing, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna throw it out. Like, because I was just sitting here, I'm like, I know I could throw it out, but no. Okay, say goodbye. It was good. You did a good service. I used you, and now we're letting you go. We're done. I put it in the bin. Even just having done that, I feel anxious and I want to fish it out, but I'm not going to because it's there now. It's fine. It's done. It lived its best life. We pour one out for our fallen paper heroes. Tink. Ooh, blue butterfly one. That sounds pretty. Yeah, my scrap box of papers needs some better organization, but it's just like I just do not need to further populate it with more stuff. So on our beautiful bills calendar, we are going to put in things like when the internet is charged. There's like a tick box. Internet. Maybe on the 11th is when Netflix comes out. Maybe the 1st is when insurance is due. Payday can happen every second week. We'll make it so that pink is the day that money goes out. That's the 1st. And the 4th. And the 11th. And we're just going to pretend that pay comes in on Wednesdays for no reason. And also the 21st. Laura. Actually went to the gym for the first time in a few months to cancel. That's how they get you. They sign you up for these like long-term like monthly charge things and then just rely on you being too lazy to go and actually cancel your subscription. That's maybe just me talking about myself. Internet is charged. Why would you have to charge the internet? That's fair. Sorry, charged for the internet. There we go. And we're going to say that power is charged for on the 25th in this hypothetical person. Maybe they get their gas and power done together. Hashtag me. There we go. 25th. I didn't realize I was naturally picking things that were like all on Tuesdays. Probably should have looked at the calendar. I wanted to make it look a little bit different. Oh, hello. Hello from Germany. Hello from New Zealand. Hello to Germany. Maria. Got Netflix and power and gas, and then we're gonna put in our pay. payday. And on the 21st, it's also pay for some reason. And on the 19th. And what other kind of monthly charges could we do? See, a lot of mine are just automatic, so I don't really pay a lot of attention to them. Wah wah. Oh, the doi, the mortgage. That one's kind of expensive. That one comes every second week. 12. The loan. 26th. The loan. Interest. And interest can be a good thing. We'll put it in blue. Blue for good things. There we go. Jess had a washi tower in that video. Yes, she did. And it didn't fall over, despite some people's best efforts. Still, just amused by, what was it, Deb, summoning Vogel to come and scare me. Ugh. Witchcraft. There we go. That looks cute. I like our bell calendar. Kindle Unlimited, Amazon. Oh, wow. Okay, you guys have plenty of ideas. Oh, see, I'm terrible at keeping up with chat. I apologize. Oh, yeah, your phone. That's a thing that gets charged. Okay, we can put that on just a hypothetical day. Maybe on the 14th and the 22nd. There we go. 14th. You guys are so onto it. Appreciate your help with these things. This is another reason why I like doing my kind of idea generation on video with you guys, because you guys have better ideas than me. 14, we have phone. And then I'm just going to put in brackets mobile. Because then we can put another one in for not mobile. And this can be Spotify. And we'll need Disney Plus for no reason. And Disney Plus is getting charged on the 8th. Paying some to your bank savings account. Excellent. We'll put that in too. So then maybe we can have a purple. So it's it's not necessarily an income or an outcome, but it'd be your budgets and transfers kind of a thing. A no subscription box. Yeah. Oof. Neon. No one. Yeah, neon. We'll chuck neon on there too. Why not? Neon can be on the 20th for no reason. I would actually hate to do this for my own personal expenditure, because I would just be ooh, so many things. Okay, so this person, hypothetically, they deal with their savings and such on the day after payday. The day after regular scheduled payday. So that'll be the 6th. And the 20th. I think this is kind of the fun thing about making videos for the interwebs. I get to make layouts that I'm not necessarily going to use myself, because they're just idea videos, and just see them come together and populate them and stuff. It's just kind of cute. And I get to look back on them and be oh, look at all these spreads that I set up. Again, not that I'm going to use them myself, but still, they're kind of cute. Ooh, Sunny Springs, South Africa. Well, thank you for being here with us. That's exciting. I do like our little international community. It's very, it's kind of just cool, don't you think? We've got a whole bunch of people all over the world jumping on to one, video or live stream or whatever, depending on when you're watching this. Next work call, BRB. Except for Monica, who has to go to work. Alrighty, team. It's pretty much that time. So, reminder, it is drink break time. Tink. Here we go. I think this is looking good. We'll leave that as it is. So after our bill calendar, beautiful work, we then have a spending tracker. Yes. I like spending trackers. I do my spending tracker personally. I'm glad that you appreciate the drink check-ins. No, we got to stay hydrated. So personally, my spending tracker is done via Excel because I am a lazy mathematician, and if I can get an Excel formula to do it for me, then ha ha ha, why the heck not? But I understand that that is not everybody's cup of tea, so we're going to put this in here too. Expense or spending tracker. Any big changes since the Queen died? We're gonna get a holiday to commemorate her mourning. Her passing. Our mourning, her passing. Not this week. Not next week. On the 26th, we're getting a day off. So that's kind of nice. Other than that, nothing majorly has happened so far, or if it has, nobody has told me. I don't really watch the news. I kind of feel like if anything is a big enough deal, I'm kind of going to get told by somebody else, which is not like I'm kind of torn. Is it a good strategy? I don't know. I think that given the amount of time we have in the day, I could spend a bunch of time consuming news media, or I could just rely on the idea that if it is a big deal, somebody else will tell me. So, expense, spending, and tracking, and all of the good stuff. I'm going to assume this is done on a monthly basis. So I'm going to have a total section down the bottom. We're going to make it nice and simple, though. Do we want to put it on one page, or do we want to split it over two? I feel like we don't need a full page for this idea because it's just like a spending log. You just chuck in how much you're spending. So we can have two separate ideas on one page. 9.5. As much as I am very much enjoying my basics adventure, although I do keep calling it a B5, which is problematic. Because like the number 5 is smaller than the number 6 and it's a little journal, so I get confused. Anyways, so although I am enjoying my B6 adventure, I am very excited to move back into an A5 sooner rather than later. There you go. Clean off the ruler. So I'm going to be moving back into an A5 next year. I just miss having this amount of space. Just tell them the highlights once or twice a week. Yeah, see? Nice and easiness. Dedicated news friend. I love that. I want a dedicated news friend, but alas, the friend that I associate the most with has the same kind of strategy as me. So we both just don't. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. An email once a week with unbiased news headlines. That's quite interesting. Expense spending tracker. Also, if you're working with us and you're worried about our next bio break, I promise that we will have one at the 3-hour mark. There we go. Are you still journaling for language learning, studying? I have my beautiful Japanese learning journal is being woefully neglected, which is a bit of a bummer because I would still like to, but I think it's not necessarily a priority for me right now. I think That's the thing that I have with learning a language. I'm just like, unless you're learning it for kind of a reason, I find it hard. I say you. Unless I am learning it for a specific reasoning, I find it hard to just keep up with out of pure love of learning. I kind of like want anything I'm learning to be utilizable, and I'm not going to be going to Japan anytime soon. Like, I love Japan, and it's like top of the bucket list to go to, but yeah. Simple. There we go. Holiday on the 19th for the funeral. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna. I don't think I assume we don't have anything planned for the coronation of the king, but saving for a Japan trip in 2024. That's so exciting. I should start saving for that too, because like I want to go to Japan. We were gonna go in 2021. But that obviously did not happen. But it was also one of those like kind of, we planned to go in 2021 back in 2018, and then you know when you like set this idea of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that thing, and then you never actually plan it out, and then the world did what the world did, so it was like, well, glad I didn't put effort into planning that. Wah, wah. Yeah, I was learning it on Duolingo as well for a while, but just haven't gotten into it. Bio break is like a time to go to, say, the bathroom, stretch your legs, you know, take care of your biological needs, that kind of stuff. Let's see, still journaling for language learning? No. Actively learning Japanese? No. Which makes me kind of sad, but again, like I mentioned, it's one of those like, unless I have a specific reason for studying that kind of stuff, I just, yeah. You live in Korea and trying to motivate yourself to learn Korean more, but very discouraged. Yeah, I think that language learning is hard, and I like Godoy, but it's kind of like, is the payoff going to be worth the effort that I'm putting into this? And in terms of me learning Japanese, I don't think it kind of is scaling in favor of the language learning right now. Even though it is something that I would like to do at some stage, but you will. Probably should have started at the bottom of the page with this, but I know I'm going to need to do it for the bottom section also, but that's okay. We will get there after we do the top. Scratch, 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 scratch. I don't know if you guys can hear my pen making the beautiful, like, let me play you the sound of my people. Aw, I'm glad that you subscribed, and I'm glad that you enjoyed the unboxing, Cindy. It seems that unboxing video is doing, like, surprisingly well. It's doing better than I expected it to, and I will not stub my nose at that. I'm glad that people have found value in it, and that they have enjoyed watching it. I love doing unboxings of exciting things like that. Like, we don't necessarily need an unboxing video of, like, hey, I got groceries. But I think that because it does have a bit of hype around it, and it's exciting to see what's in it and share that excitement with like-minded people, you know, it's a bit of fun. I'm gonna be sad when I'm no longer on the team and don't get the boxes anymore, because obviously they like send them to me at the moment, which is very, very good of them. But with shipping to New Zealand, I don't think that I'm going to be able to justify the price for myself, because I'm just so far away. Sad. There we go. We need this one. We're gonna draw some boxes. We like boxes. Okay, we're now going to retire the tiny ruler. Goodbye, tiny ruler. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping us out. But we do need to bring in my actual ruler. See, look at this. Just so beautiful. The right size for the page. It's just what I need. The only reason I was really using tiny ruler is because I couldn't find big ruler. This math set, though, that I got for the, I know what it's called, the Bujo on a Budget video, is actually, like, pretty damn nifty, though. I'm not gonna lie. I, admittedly only bought it for said video, but it is actually pretty cool. I need to be able to click it in, though. See, like, all the little parts kind of click together, so that then, like, They don't fall out. It's very cool. Crunch. Aren't you watching how it's going? Aw, thanks for being here while you could be. It's a pleasure having you chill with us. Yeah, this little math set was actually pretty good. It was like what, $3 New Zealand, $3.50 or something like that, which American is less, but it's got all the basics. It's cute. My June video was so tempting. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. I enjoy it. So I'm gonna do me horizontal line first, and then do my vertical lines. There we go. Gorge. Oh, no, I also like to try and be quite mindful when I'm putting my lines in, when I'm using a ruler, to work kind of like away from my pre-ruled lines, like the ones I've already ruled in. I try and do it in a direction that means that any subsequent lines I do are moving away from the ones that I've already done, just so that then I don't smudge any of the ink. A little bit of pre-planning like that can just mean we have a more pleasant time when it comes to putting our lines in, because we don't have to worry about smudging stuff. Smudging. Get out of the way. Oh yeah, we're also on the no mail list for the Ultra Nova sub box. Yeah, I also forget that. Extra for the shipping, whatever the cost is at the time. Yeah. It's just one of the perks of being at the butt end of the world. Which again is just like a super nice way to refer to New Zealand. I apologize, New Zealand. We love you really. I mean, there are several perks to living in New Zealand, I feel. Like, you know, there are certainly benefits. But Rachel and I were talking yesterday, we're like, well, let's just move to America. Let's just go live in America, so then the things that we want to buy, we can get cheaper shipping, and it'll just be great. I do not see that happening, but we ended up doing like a bunch of well, like BuzzFeed quizzes, effectively, to see, like, you know, if you were living in America, which city should you live in and stuff like that. My hairs and days of the week done Canva for October. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, you are most welcome. I'm more than happy being here to motivate you to get things done. Heck to the yes. Canadian, 2 a.m. Oh my gosh, 2 a.m. Well, I'm glad that we can keep you company while you can't sleep, but do not let us hold you back from sleeping if that is what your body needs you to do. You know, if you start to feel the sleepy thing, just ride that train into the sleepy land. What was the result? I think, oh gosh, she wrote it down. Albany in New York, is that one? I think was one of the ones that came up. And another one that came up was depending on the quiz, a lot of them were like Los Angeles. I'm like, yeah, nah, I don't think I want to live in Los Angeles. Yeah, I don't know. Yop and Tom, I have not. I've heard of them and I've heard some good things, but I have not looked into them myself. When do I officially end my time on the ANO team? That is going to be the end of September. So September 30th is my official last day with the team. Yeah, see, LA is too expensive. Exactly. I am so not about moving to somewhere more expensive. The cost of living here is high enough. I don't need to put myself out to go live somewhere equally, if not more expensive. Okay. So we're going to have a date column because that seems to make sense in my mind hole. we're gonna use a little pink pen, a little pink pen for me. And then we'll have the amount at the end. I'm probably gonna need 4 columns for a date, but that's what I put in. So hey, done me a heckin' frighten. There we go. The washi tape to keep your line highlighter strength. Excellent. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, no, I very much like doing that. Like that's probably like the thing I use washi tape for the most, which is why it's also okay that I have my giant box of washi tapes that I'm not going to keep because they're all the ones that don't stick very well. So they're very nice to put down, do the masking trick, and then pull up. Oh, you just bought 5 of them. Yeah, see, shipping is crazy. I'm all about finding kind of alternative journals that are like still high quality, but not from America effectively, because it is just so expensive to get them to me. Why am I leaving the team? Because my term is up. Yes, I was only with the team for a year. Like, you know, they have a year-long term effectively. And that means that the new team, quote quote, new design team, who's not going to be called the design team, they're going to be called the ambassador team or something like that. They are going to be sworn in. I don't think that's the right term for it, but they will be starting in October. So my time with the team is going to be up, sadly, but you know, moving on to other stuff, I guess. Wish the A had page numbers sometimes. Yeah, I can kind of understand the want for page numbers. I find that for the most part, in my everyday journal, it's not so much of a problem because a lot of the time I don't necessarily need the page numbers because things are done like sequentially or month by month, so it's like I know what month things are in. But for things like my long-term collections journal, where things are just effectively in whatever order I want, then I would like page numbers in those. Favorite stationery, something I can't live without. Well, I mean, okay, can't live without would obviously be the notebook and the pen. Like, we have to start there. But things that I like love on top of that, my dot markers. I do technically have a video on it though. I did an essential bullet journal supplies list, and I broke it down to like 3 tiers of like must, you know, effectively must because it would suck the joy out of bullet journaling, and then the ones that are kind of like my nice to haves, but I still kind of consider them to be like top tier items. Alrighty, let's see, where were we? Expense tracking, tracker category. So this one's just like the simple one, so it's just like the item and the amount, so nice and plain. And then the total, which we'll put in people. There you go. Knockoffs on Amazon, they're still amazing. Yeah, no, that's cool. I know that a lot of people have been getting into the knockoff ones because the Zig clean color dot markers are kind of, you know, on the pricier side. I just wasn't aware of them before I went and got my ones, but they're just like a cool pen. They're like a staple though. I use them in essentially every setup I do now because I am low-key obsessed. Use ugly washi to reseal seed packets. Nice. I love that idea. Wildline is great too. Yeah. I think that, yeah, if I didn't have Tombos, I'd probably use the mild liners more, but Alrighty, team. We have your drink reminder, Make sure that you're hydrated. We also have the officially scheduled bathroom break. So you have approximately 1 minute and a half to go to the bathroom, and I'll be back. And if I miss you in that time, apologize, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, night, or evening. I will be right back. Whoosh! And we're back. Well, I'm back. You guys might still be away doing your bio break, but you will be back shortly, I assume. Zebra click art retractables. No, I do not have those ones. Sounds interesting though. Are they like fine liners or an abundance of B5s right now? Nice. Oh no, because you thought you were A5. No. That's always so upsetting. Because I have a little collection of B6s because I just think they're a cute size, and then I've got 3 or so B5s and 2 squares, not including the Piper one. But well, Monica, you need to bring them along to Bujo Wednesday so that I can try them out. Yeah, yoink. Let's see. Okay, so we need to check because I'm actually waiting on a message and I've been neglecting my phone. I say neglecting, but no, I've been hanging out with you fine folks. There we go. Okay, nothing of interest, nothing to report. But new journal is staring at you. Ooh, white with a silver rainbow foiled. So pretty. Aww. Screenshot video was my first video in your life. Oh, that's so exciting. Well, I'm glad to have you here, Cindy. And I think that's a nice part about the what was it, the sub box one getting as popular as it is. It's kind of like, you know, bringing new people into the fold, and it's exciting to have new people on board. And I guess kind of, you know, again, not to sound like I'm tooting my own horn here because it always makes me feel awkward, but I have quite a backlog. So there's plenty of content for people to watch through if they are so inclined, which is nice. Toot your horn. Beep, beep. Toot, toot. Need an actual horn sound. So how do I want to do this one? So I've got like based on categories, but do I want to just do like general categorization, or do I want to do it like a dot kind of thing? You're sad that you're caught up on the vlogs. Well, it's okay. Soon, or I say soon. Let's calm down there. I mean, eventually, I will catch up on the vlogs, and then I will be back on top of having them release in a timely fashion. Is the general gist. Wah wah. Apologies, team. Mental health Bujo has helped you a lot. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm glad because yeah, it was one of those ones that I've been meaning to do for a while, and because I had so many ideas, I'm like, I can't put all of these in one video. Like, I can't have a video about mental health ideas and fully overwhelm people with the number of ideas. That just like would not work. That would be a bad idea. Yeah. I think we're just gonna no, because that just seems really okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna just gonna chuck that there. 3, 4, 5. We're just gonna pretend that that's okay. Yeah, oh, that's good. Yeah, more vlogs. I mean, okay, we're up to number 29, question mark? Have I done number 30? I don't even remember. Okay, we've done week 29. We currently still have to do scroll. I have week 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, but probably more because I don't even know what week we're in right now. Shrug. I was kind of trying to get them out in September so I could get myself up to date, but we're still working on it. Apologies. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I think I want to put some things actually in here to kind of like Burn the Witch was so funny. I loved it so much because I included the clip like in the video just silently, but then I had to have it at the end as like a blooper. I have enjoyed putting the bloopers in whenever I can. Do you have a video on this setup you're doing right now, like the grids you've done? I'm going to have the video related to this one is going to be on Sunday. Is my Sunday video. So you'll actually see like a top-down view and me actually talking through it kind of a thing. Right now we're just setting them up. So I'm actually just going to get my own personal budget out and I'm just going to steal amounts from that because it's easier than actually trying to think of things. We can just ignore the fact that a lot of them are like McDonald's for dinner. Oh god, so many McDonald's. Let's not. Okay, we'll do these. Life insurance. And then Microsoft, and then we don't need to fill up the whole thing. It's just so people can kind of see how this would look when they fill it all in. It's been 3 hours. Also, hello. Yes, it has been. We're getting lots of things done. It's okay. I think that playing Animal Crossing is very necessary for a bio break. Blog post, why not? And we can do rates. Rego, and that looks good. And then we'll just list out the same things again. And this one can be groceries. More Wilsons. And Countdown. And New World. Okay, so is it strange? Probably, but I'm going to ask anyways. Is it strange that one of the places that I'm actually excited to go to when I come over to the US is Trader Joe's? like I hear so much about Trader Joe's that like it's been worked up in my head to be this like magical place and I just want to go there. Oh, see, McDonald's being your happy place, totally get it. Totally makes sense. And now I want nuggets. Thanks a lot, team. But yeah, in my mind, it's like magical place. See, I'm glad that you guys are saying this. Trader Joe's is exciting. I'm very excited about the idea of it. I don't actually know how close the Trader Joe's will be to where I am, but I'm like, I want to go there. Is a Trader okay, humor me here. Is a Trader Joe's just like a supermarket, or is it actually more special than a supermarket? Because in my head, it's immaculate. It's like amazing. It's the bee's knees. The bee's knees. What happened to my budget? Did Vogel ruin my budget? Because I thought I... Oh no, I've opened the wrong one. Wah, 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 wah. Let's see. There we go. This is better. This is the real budget. Though now I've lost where I was. No! There we go. Okay, so life insurance. Great. 53. 25. Microsoft sub. We're gonna say 82.50. More Wilsons. 13.60. Oh no, Monica, I'm sorry you had a stressful 20 minutes. I hope it's like better now. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry about your work laptop. Yeah, okay, so Trader Joe's sounds... See, it still sounds awesome. I'm like, oh, better than supermarket, but very limited on what they carry. Interesting. It's like supermarket with excellent food and good pricing. No, I'm just like so excited about it. See, the idea of a Costco is also exciting to me, like, to be completely honest. I don't know, maybe it's just like overhyped because I don't have it here and I want to go and experience all of the awesome that this thing has to offer. I'm meticulously trying to write down these numbers, and it seems very unnecessary because at the end of the day, these are just hypothetical numbers. Haha, rates though, boff. There we go, we'll just put them down as 1,201.34 because they are expensive. Registration, also expensive. Where is the registration? 102. 94. There we go. We don't need to put dates in though, because people recognize that they can write in a date. Greetings from Sweden. Excellent. Hello. Pleasure to have you here with us. Aw. IKEA. See, we don't have IKEA here. I love IKEA. I think IKEA is awesome. But alas. And it's also annoying because, like, I want to buy a new desk/storage thing for my office, and I can't because I'm not able to find what I'm looking for. And I just feel like an IKEA would make things easier, but I don't have an IKEA. There you go. 53.25, 82.50, 13.60. Again with the hypothetical numbers, 24.10 and 29.10. Excellent. Haha. Yeah, see, I wish there was an IKEA like here. We have a store in Auckland that sells IKEA furniture. Yeah, I think that there is one, but I want to be able to like go to the IKEA store and just like walk through the IKEA, like just like see the IKEA-isms. The October setup will still be there waiting for you. I mean, you can do what you want. You are your own person. You are allowed to make your own choices. I like my October setup a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very, very pleased with it. And I'm glad that other people have been enjoying it too. Because yes, it is quite pretty. if I do say so myself. Yeah, it's pretty good. I I was aiming for more like witch aesthetic kind of thing, but I feel like it ended up being a lot more celestial. But at least people in the comments have told me that like it's still in the realm of like lunar witch aesthetic. So I'm like, okay, that's good. And I did try to be very mindful of making sure that any of the symbols that I put into the setup were like I knew the meaning of them because I didn't want to put things in and then not know what they meant and stuff because that that carries its own risks. Feathers really help with the witchy vibes. Yeah, I like the ribbony bits, kind of a thing. Using different journal sizes, what has been favorite so far? Well, my A5 is my favorite. Let's be real. I think it's a really nice balance of like amount of size but still compact. The B5 was awesome for daily logging just because I felt like I had heaps of space so I could just write down whatever the heck I wanted. So that was really good. The B6 so far has been quite a learning curve. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to accidentally summon something in my journal. I don't want to put like bad vibes out into the universe and then like, suffer the repercussions of that. So I need to make sure that like I knew what they meant. I wanted good things. But yeah, whew, I want the heebie-jeebies. I want to like hex myself by accident. So I have enjoyed experimenting with the different sizes, but A5 is still my favorite. It's the one I'm going to be going back to be fair. Let's see. Yeah, very spooky. Because yeah, it's just kind of cute. It's just like, I feel like the nice part about the basics is that because it is smaller, I've felt more at peace doing more decoration because it felt like the decoration didn't have to take up as much space almost. Like doing decoration in the B5, even though you have more space for the decoration, it was kind of off-putting because I felt like I needed to I don't know, I just felt like it was going to be more labor intensive. Like look at this. A little like the fireflies has just been a real cute time. That was a good time. How troublesome are linen covers? I honestly don't get a lot of trouble with linen covers, but then again, I've never actually spilt anything on any of them. Like, pretty. I find a lot of the time, like, if I get something on my linen cover, I can just kind of like wipe it off with my sleeve. Lint roller it. Not that I have a lint roller, but I don't have a lot of trouble with them. I've had more trouble possibly with the faux leather covers that are in the lighter color because a couple of mine have come stained and there's like, that's it. That I can't do anything about that. Maybe get out an acrylograph and draw on it or something. But journal around a pool. Ah, okay. Well, that's in on itself a danger zone, isn't it? I would be more worried about getting the paper wet than I would be about the cover. Making sure you're using your non-water soluble pens because tragedy could strike at any moment. Constant vigilance. Oh dear. Tide pens. Oh yeah. That's an interesting. I mean, I haven't ever tried a Tide pen personally. But I've never really needed to, so because they're like a detergent stain remover kind of pen. Yeah? Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. Question mark. Let's see. Document 3. We've done those 2. Now we need another spending tracker. Yeah, spending trackers for days. Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. Slash spending tracker. There we go. Because it's good to have options. Oh yes. So in this one, I'm gonna. How many categories do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I can just use the categories from my own budget, eh? That seems reasonable. And I know, obviously, it's only one example. Does this live stream mean we're going to see more lives this month? Maybe, possibly. I mean, technically speaking, I do these type of lives when I'm making videos that have kind of idea pages that I then flip through is the general idea, because I can set these up on camera with you guys and it's all, good and dandy. If I'm doing a plan with me though, that one I do have to film, so I can edit it, or at least, I like to. So those ones I probably wouldn't want to live stream, but like a pen swatching live, totally for it. Idea layouts kind of thing like we've been doing, totally for it. This is your reminder to have a drink. Tink. There we go. So, yes, maybe. This is the general gist. I'm hoping to do maybe like 1 or 2 live streams a month, possibly. Maybe just one, because now I don't want my patrons to feel left out, because they have, they have their own dedicated live stream, but I don't want them to feel like I'm giving the full community more love than I'm giving them. I don't know how to word this in a way that sounds not weird. Hopefully you guys know what I mean. Hopefully that didn't come out sounding as weird as I think it did in my head. Let's see. What was we looking for? We was looking for mine budget. Blit. Stone paper journal for swim stuff. That's cool. Yeah. I haven't tried one of those myself, but the concept sounds quite cool. Let's see. So this is kind of like a little log. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one. That can be one together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? 9? Really? 9? 9? Okay. Oh my god. I have a little grid spacing ruler here that I use every so often, because I made it for a video or something like that, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll just like keep it nearby, kind of a thing. So if I was using that, then it would be 12 spaces, but because I have this, it's going to be only 11 spaces. Sounds like a plan. There we go. And then leave a break. Then 11, and then leave a break, and then 12. Close enough. That's all I needed. Now I'll put this here too, because why not? If we've got it to line up, it's nice and easy. Boom, done. We don't necessarily need to make them all the same size, but we're going to. And they're actually not even all the same size. They're just like roughly. Did you know that ANO has a reference for dot spaces on their website? Yeah, I mean, it does. That's exciting. They do technically have their own ruler as well. I find that the nice part about making like your own kind of ruler like this or whatever is that you can put in spacings that are kind of unique to you. So for instance, all of the pink lines here represent dividing the side of the journal vertically into 7. So it's like if I was doing a horizontal weekly, then I can just follow all the pink lines and then I've got my 7 spaces there. I guess it's more of like a personal preference thing. The nice part about this also is that I can hold it to my journal and have it line up with the dot grid, and then I can very quickly see where they are rather than having to count them out myself. Or at least that's like, something that I think is cool about having it. The only reason I still have it there is because I haven't thrown it out yet. To be honest, I don't really need to use one typically, especially with horizontal markings. Like I'm very familiar with the sizing in the journal, but that's because I use it as often as I do. So I'm rambling. I really just need to put my lines in. I'm gonna go put my lines in. Aw, Sleepy Train is here. Thank you for being here while you could be. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope that you get a really good sleep. Crack, says my pen. Crack. Crack. I don't even know if you guys can actually hear what I hear because it's like just a very kind of sounds like a sad little bird kind of noise. I know it's all to do with like pressure and direction, but oh, I just remembered what we're having for dinner. Now I'm excited again. Yay, dinner! Dinner's a little while off though. I got some time. Because Vogel and I are also going to go to the to Mitre 10, which is like a hardware and gardening store. I don't know if you guys have Mitre 10. But we're going to go to Mitre 10 and pick up another plant, probably, possibly. Which is exciting because Vogel went on the weekend to get a plant. Because he was given a like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a fabric pen. Sorry, please wait for Jess's brain to reboot. It's a like fabric plant pot. There we go. A fabric plant pot. And we were going to get a plant for it. So he went to Mitre 10, sent me some pictures of some plants that he was like, oh, I like the look of these. And I effectively sent back saying that I thought they were all ugly. And I said, hey, maybe do you think we could get a string of pearls? And so he got us a string of pearls. You might have seen it on my Instagram, but it's so cute. I told him that he was allowed to name the plant because it was going to be going in the pot that was given to him/us for like a housewarming gift. So he decided to call it the Frizz because I told him it had to be a name that starts with F. But then I told him I didn't want the Frizz to go in the plant pot because the plant pot is one, is ugly and I just don't like it, but two, the string of pearls I feel like has to hang like from something because that's the aesthetic. That's the aesthetic vibes that I'm going for here. So he's like, okay, well, fine, we will hang it. And then I said, okay, but if we're gonna hang it, I want a pot that's nicer than the one that you got in the store. So now we need to go buy a new plant pot anyways, much to his dismay. But now we still have the plant pot that his colleagues gave us. And he's like, well, I should probably get something to put in this, right? And I'm like, how about counter offer? We buy a plant, put it in the pot, and then give it back to them as their wedding present because we're going to their wedding in like the end of this month. He's decided that's a good idea. So we're going to regift them the plant pot they gave us and give it back to them for their wedding. Admittedly, they told us that it was a regift when they gave it to us, so I don't feel very bad about it. Like normally I'm not really about regifting in general. Kinda, whatever. Especially not back to the person who actually gave you the thing. That's a bit shitty. But because they had told us that they regifted it to us, I don't feel so bad about it. Plus we're giving it back to them better because there'll be an actual plant in it. It can be their love plant. Don't let the love plant die. But yes, so at some point, I'm going to be picking up Vogel to go and get a new plant for the ugly plant pot that I don't like. There's nothing particularly wrong with the plant pot. It's just the fact that it's like made of fabric that weirds me out a little bit. And also it's bright red, and there's a time and a place for bright red, but it's not really my home's aesthetic. Not that my home has an aesthetic, but if I was trying to build an aesthetic for my home, that would not be it. Not the business. Does this mean it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a love fern. You let our love fern die. Yes, it's going to be that. That is the plan. A bidet was regifted 10 white Christmases every year. Yeah, okay. The thing with regifting is I'm actually not technically against regifting. I may have oversold that. I think that regifting is totally fine. You just need to be mindful of hurt feelings because you don't want to hurt people's feelings. But I also I don't believe in keeping things that you don't like to like just because they were a gift. No, I feel like the object has done its time in your life. Like, it served its purpose. It was the gift that somebody gave to you. Like, that's what its purpose was. You said thank you for it. You took it off their hands or whatever because it was a gift. And now it can go serve its purpose, like its second life, I guess. Its next life's purpose. So it can go and make somebody else happy. And that's what I feel like with books, If you have books and you're not reading them, and I know this is controversial in the book community, but I feel like if you have books and you're not reading them, you're not letting the books do what they were made to do. Let the books go be read by somebody who will read them. That is my opinion about books. I know that Vogel shares the same opinion, but his way of wording that opinion is a little bit more like book burning party. Like, I know he's not actually saying burn the books, but it's more like let it go. Yeah, I know, right? I'm coming for you in your 200 plus TBR list. I just think that let the books go and live their best life. Do what books were meant to do and be read. And if you're not reading them, go let somebody else read them. Yeah. But that also comes from somebody who doesn't really read. I don't need I don't have a pile of emotional support books, as they would say. That's what my journals are for. My notebooks. They're different though. They're different in the sense that they don't have words written in them, and one day they will. That's the plan, at least. I do have enough notebooks to last me a hot minute, though. I don't need to buy any more. But the Halloween release is coming, and Jess wants something. Casual advertisement reminder. If you want to grab yourself something from Archer and Olive, be sure to use my code JashiiCorrin10 for 10% off your order. Ding! But yes. Clunk. Yes, see, the emotional support books. But I get it. I get that, and I think there's a certain aesthetic that goes with having a lot of books as well. Like, a full bookshelf looks super satisfying, so I can understand it from that point of view. But I also like the idea of books getting the opportunity to live their best book lives. It's like, when Toy Story came out and then it made us all feel like a little bit guilty for not playing with our toys more because they're all just sitting there waiting for us to come back and play with them, and then we're not doing that. Like, the last time you put down your favorite toy. It's just a bit sad. But total. Just I'm not going to be guilted into keeping things that I don't want to keep. It's, I guess, the long story short of it, coming back to the fact that we were talking about regifting. I'm not going to keep things out of this weird sense of obligation to keep them just because somebody gifted it to me. But that also doesn't mean that I'm gonna effectively rub it in their face to say, oh yeah, that gift you got me, I just threw it away. Oh yeah, that gift you got me, I just sold it. You don't need to do that. That's not the business either. But shrug. Let's see. So we've got some boxes, we've got some totals. It's pretty cute. We're liking it so far. We need a pen of some description. Okay. Groceries. Travel / transport. Bills. Entertainment. What else? Food out, because probably my biggest spending category. Okay, it's not necessarily, but it's up there. Let's see. Gifts. We'll put income down here. Okay, actually, that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Aw, but that's whatever. Income. It's just bad planning on my part. Story of my life. Alrighty, home and household. Personal / well-being. And miscellaneous. It's miscellaneous, right? It's not miscellaneous. Even though I think in my head I say miscellaneous so that I know there's a C in it. So when I spell it, I know to include it. That's the working theory I've got, at least. Home, household, fuel, expected, blah blah. Yeah. Okay, the last one can be MISC dot, because I don't know how to spell the rest of the word. We're going to need some dividing lines, and that one's looking pretty cute. We'll just do 3. That seems reasonable. My stomach's doing a growl because it's like, feed me. Today, for food, I have had half a bag of chips. Not really a great and or nutritious meal, given the fact that it's now 5:37 and that's all I've eaten. 5:37 p.m. that is. All right, so we have done how many? Wow, we've done more than I thought. Good for us. Go team productivity. So we did this tracker, this double page thing. It's on double page. 2 trackers on 1 page. We did that. Savings tracker, savings challenges, budgeting stuff, some other little budgety bits, and then this one. Alrighty team, I am going to skedoodle, but thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed hanging out and you want to see more like this, make sure to let me know in the comments. Make sure to throw me a thumbs up. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, or wherever you're joining from, whatever time it is. And I will see you in our next one. Alrighty team, bye for now.